I don't care if the Power Rangers showed you how to steal the Pink Ranger. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your interim host, the oldest ninja in the world, and on my far left, your boy Blue.
My wife asked me if I'll remarry her if she died. If I'll remarry if she died. I told her no. I'll just be a hole in these streets.
Damn.
Damn.
I mean, damn. And on my left, engineering on the ones and twos, choking people out in the threes and fours, Cronus.
I was gonna do a serious intro, but I mean, Blue's just like he's gonna live that whole life, I guess.
I
All right,
am. I am
It's Drunk Blue forever. This might be the name of
for
the
real.
podcast. Drunk Blue forever.
Damn, forever, ever.
Oh man, the stories I got from Hawaii.
Oh
Just
man,
Hawaii, huh?
Yeah, just
yes,
Hawaii.
man. So we
Oh wait,
back up in this.
did Steve get married?
Yeah, he got married last weekend.
Oh, shit, I
Some
forgot to. I need to
the
send him like a congratulations.
the le- the 11th. He got married almost 2 weeks ago.
Oh, jeez, sorry. I've been, I'll talk about it, but like my foot thing has been worse and worse. So yeah,
Right
it's
on.
it's been a shit
So
show.
we back up in this. It's been weeks. We've had some issues here and there. Last week we had some technical difficulties, which is super rare for us. But
Especially now, yeah.
yeah, but we back up in this week. We got some dankness for you. Prodigy's actually being visited by the ghost of Christmas past, apparently right now.
And they're all
Uh,
food us.
yeah, they're probably all fooders. They're probably bending them over, showing them each
Oh,
scene with each thrust. Stitches in the wind, and we back up in this, giving you the take this week on this Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah.
so
So
listener of the week would be all right. Actually, first in the chat would be Steve. So, and he heard what I said. So, yeah, you're welcome. But also, I'm sorry that I didn't actually call you on your wedding day. Yeah,
he probably wouldn't have picked up though. It was the
well,
wedding
he's in
day.
he,
Hawaii, but still.
he was too busy to take care of my drunk ass. No, you know.
Yeah.
Drunk Blue.
Oh man, I got
Yeah.
videos too. Oh god, there's
Oh
video
man.
footage. I
Man.
captured myself.
All right. We got some you said the first in the chat and listener of the week.
Listen of the week would be I can't even. It's Sleepy. There you go. That's how you pronounce that. Even though
Okay.
it's spelled differently with special characters, but I'm pretty
It's
sure
spelled
it's
out
Sleepy.
phonetically all weird.
Yeah, but I can dig it because I can read leet letters.
Mm. ASCII that was back in the day. It used to be ASCII.
That's
ASCII
still around.
characters.
Now we got
I
emojis,
mean,
right?
but
We got hieroglyphics now.
yeah, but people were all like trying to be all weird with ASCII and make their names. They make their name like was it Crash and Burn or Zero
There's some
Cool and
hackers.
stuff.
Yeah, crash and
Yeah.
burn. Yeah,
I love that movie.
it is great, but it's also like that's not all hack. It's funny because like they sprinkle it in some hacking stuff with like total bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that was really like kind of informative was Risk versus Sisk architecture. That was like
Well,
the only thing.
and freaking was like the way they were talking about
Oh,
freaking and like
yeah.
yeah,
Phone freaking.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do.
wasn't
So
the wasn't the hacker manifest? Wasn't that real too?
it is. Yeah,
He reads part of
sort
it
of.
on this
Yeah.
on the
Sort of.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because the main guy, he was British. I had no idea for the longest time. I was
But
like,
yeah,
Well,
what?
I didn't know the
Sherlock
guy who
Holmes.
played what's the guy's name? The guy who played the bad guy. What's his name? Shit,
Oh,
Uh,
oh
dude.
my.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Zero Cool? No, not Zero
No,
Cool.
no, no, no.
No, the bad dude. No.
But he was in
Fisher
Short
Stevens.
Circuit.
I forget it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he
No,
in.
was. Yeah.
Fisher Stevens is he in short? He's also in My Science Project, one of my favorite movies. He's won an Academy Award for a documentary. One of the I think it was the one about the whales or something. But he's an Academy Award winning documentary filmmaker. So
Was it Blackfish?
Plague. The
That what it
plague.
was?
That's his name. Eugene.
They had a plague. Yeah, Eugene plague.
oh, he was the plague. Yeah, he's awesome. That dude's awesome. Fisher Stevens. It's funny because when he won an award, he looked like he did back in the early '90s. Like, damn.
What was it? Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he's
I
actually
got
now.
some
Go ahead.
RIPS this week. Actually, for the
Oh
last
yes,
couple.
hold on, real quick before you go there. Steve just talked about Angelina Jolie's hotness deserves special mention. Yes, it does, and it's also a real quick tit flash in that movie. That was my
Mm-hmm.
life back in the
Oh,
day. I'm just saying, you got to see a little bit of nipple when
Yeah.
there's a dream scene with Zero Cool, and she takes like she opens up her jacket and you see a nipple. I was just like, oh, I was done.
Yep. You sprouted
it's
Yeah.
hair. You're like, oh damn.
it's crazy how little something needed to happen to kind of get you where you need to be like back
Oh
then.
yeah, back then, you know.
Like the scene with this one's weird, but like the scene in True Lies where Jamie Lee Curtis is dancing
Mm.
and she's like gets down to her underwear. It's like, wow, I did not know I was attracted to this woman.
But nowadays, though, you're getting into some weird shit. I'm just
Yeah,
saying. I think porn is
at
fucking
least
everybody's life. Yeah.
there at least got to be at least one goat involved.
Whoa. Some prodigy shit right there. Anyway, we got some RIPS over the last few weeks. Gonna touch on these. Where's my okay? We're gonna start. We're gonna start with Nikki Acox. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. She's best known for her role as Meg Masters in the show Supernatural. She's in the first and fourth season of the show where she plays a demon. She ran a healthy eating and vegan lifestyle website called Cashews and Olives. The last movie she was in when 2014's Dead on Campus. Her cause of death has not been disclosed. However, she was diagnosed with leukemia last year. She was 47.
Yeah,
Uh,
man, a little older
ne-
than us.
yeah. Next up is Aaron Carter, younger brother to Backstreet Boys member Nick Carter, where Aaron shot to fame back in the 90s, early 90s as a pop singer, releasing four studio albums, starting with his self titled debut album in 1997 when he was only nine. He released six studio albums in total. He transitioned to rap as his career progressed. He appeared on Dancing with the Stars and in the Broadway musical Seussical, which I'm assuming is based off of Dr. Seuss. And
The
then
hell?
he was also in the off-Broadway musical The Fanatistics. He had a history of substance abuse, and he appeared on the TV show The Doctors. He had drowned in his bathtub at home at the age of 34. His
D-
death is still being investigated.
Isn't that how Whitney Houston went out? When she
I
drowned in the bathtub too, and her daughter.
I don't know her daughter. I don't know how. I don't remember how she died.
Her
But yes,
daughter the same way as her mom did, which is really really tragic and sad.
Whitney Houston did die in a bathtub. Apparently, she took too many barbiturates and drowned in her bathtub.
That's fucking crazy.
Next up is Leo Anthony Gallagher, best known as his stage name is just Gallagher. He was a comedian who would smash watermelons onto crowds during his shows. For more than 30 years, he played between 100 and 200 shows in a single year, destroying tens of thousands of melons with the sledgehammer he called the Sledge-O-Matic. He had a chemical engineering degree from the University of South Florida. Some of his other targets he would blow up would be oranges, cottage cheese, pound cake, beans, cheeseburgers, tubes of toothpaste, video game controllers, and grapes. Over the years, Gallagher was called out to be homophobic, misogynistic, racist, and paranoid.
Jesus,
Uh,
really?
yeah.
All right.
Uh, he had several cardiac issues from his late 50s up into his 70s. He died at the age of 76 due to cardiac arrest. Next up, we have Jason David Frank.
Yeah, this was
Uh,
tragic, man.
I
he is
mean,
best known as
My
playing
fucking
Tommy
childhood.
Oliver, the Green Ranger in the Power Ranger franchise. Easily the most popular Ranger. Jason David Frank had an eighth-degree black belt in karate. He possessed experience with various other styles in martial arts, including Taekwondo, Judo, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and Muay Thai. In the mid 90s, he taught a new self created system of fighting called Toso Kunedo, which translates to wave the fighting fist, and
I thought
incorporates many different martial arts styles. Around the 2010s, he put together an amateur MMA career with an undefeated 4-0, and then he made his professional debut in 2010, and he also won a title. He also tried to arrange fights uh, between himself and athlete turned politician Herschel Walker and professional wrestler CM Punk.
Yeah,
And
he would have taken a no against Herschel Walker, but yeah.
No, no way.
uh,
He's a Green Ranger. You would have took him.
You need to watch Herschel Walker fight. I highly doubt that he would have won. I don't even like Herschel Walker as a person anymore, but the guy is definitely like a
fighter.
physical. Yeah, he was actually a really good fighter.
Yeah,
So
that's why
Dude,
he challenged. That's why he challenged him.
Green
Yeah.
Ranger took down the Megazord with his bare hand. He jumped in there, kicked the Power Rangers in their face
just give him
inside
his
their own
flute.
home.
Give him his
Yeah,
flute.
this
Damn.
flute that he plays through a mask.
At the 2017 Comic Con, which I believe some of us were there, he almost got into a fight with Jean Claude Van Damme.
Oh, I
Apparently,
remember that.
they had a beef for a few years. Apparently, he subdued an overzealous fan who tried to fight John Berthal at another con. His final film will be Legend of the White Dragon, which is due out in 2023. He
Oh,
died via
that's an
his,
iffy title for a movie name.
yeah, uh,
That's very KKK. Legend of the White Dragon. Like,
It's also very I'm on cocaine
yeah.
title, but
I guess
whatever.
that's true.
He died
Sorry.
via suicide in Texas at the age of 49.
Man, that's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's pretty
So,
wild. Apparently, I ran into him at WonderCon a few years
what do
ago.
you mean apparently? Did you know?
Because no, I didn't know at the time. I found out later because I was used to Tommy Oliver. Like he had tats like everywhere, and I didn't recognize him with tats. And
Mm.
he had like a crew cut, like a military haircut kind of. And I was like, I didn't recognize this dude. And he had a beard and a goatee. He had beard,
A
goatee,
beard
mustache.
or a goatee?
No, he had the mustache connected to his beard slash goatee because it wasn't. I guess it you need to be a certain length to be a beard. Maybe
No.
no. Well, he had it all. He had a lot of facial hair, so I didn't
Okay.
recognize him. So I had no idea who the hell he was at the time. But I found out like way later that I was like, oh shit, that was Jason David Frank. That was the Green Ranger. Then next up we have last but definitely not least we have Kevin Conroy.
God, this one hurts, man. This one, I
He's
mean, like when I found out, I was in tears.
he is best known for voicing Batman in numerous animated films, film series, Rocksteady's Arkham trilogy, and other video games over the past 3 decades. He even played the live-action version of Bruce Wayne slash Batman during the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event on the CW. His work also included Jay and Silent Bob's super duper groovy cartoon movie, Ben 10 Alien Force, as well as video games such as Lords of EverQuest, Max Payne 2, and Jackson Dexter, the precursor Legend series. Sorry. There was a debate of whether Conroy was part of the LGBTQ community, but come to find out, he had a husband. His husband's Von C. Williams, another actor. Kevin Conroy died after his battle with cancer at the age of 66.
One of my if you own the Batman the animated series like collection DVDs, he tells this one story when he first started doing Batman, and he was still like kind of humbled and stuff like. I mean, the guy was still humbled, and he was doing charity work at a soup kitchen, so he was like serving kitchen and stuff like that, and he was just talking in a normal voice, but people inside the shelter like recognized his voice, and so like kind of out of the tribute from the back, he says like, I am justice. I am the knight. I am Batman. And like, just him doing that was just lifting up people's spirits because like people were like super excited about it and like, oh my God, Batman serving us food, even though it's just the voice of Batman. Like the guy was a really really chill guy. And then I actually had a chance to meet him at San Francisco Comic-Con in Oakland. He was in
I I remember those days.
dude, he was in Celebrity Row, and when I found out he was there, I was like, I am spending whatever money I need to meet this man, and I got the chance to meet him. He signed one of my pop vinyls, which I don't have it available right now, but like I had a chance to talk to him. He's totally chill guy. He's super vocally, he's super talented because he also can sing. Because there's an episode of Batman, not Batman,
Oh yeah. Yep.
of Justice League Unlimited where he's like not forced to sing, but like he loses the bet. Or no, he works with not Satana, but like another witch or another witchy woman to help save Wonder Woman because she was turned into a pig. And so like the punishment for him of him asking her for help was he had to sing on stage. And that was actually Kevin Conroy singing. Like the guy does like Broadway and stuff like that too. So the guy has vocal singing talent too. So I don't know, the guy he was really cool. And Matt from Pre-Recorded Live posted up a story too of him meeting Kevin Conroy. He just talked about how like he just wanted to go over and shake the guy's hand, which that's all I want to do. I want to shake his hand too. Like thank you for creating Batman because like it's because of you I am a fan of Batman. Like the animated series was my go-to, my gateway drug of becoming a fan of Batman because actually another fellow funny story is that like I was more of a Darkwing Duck fan. Darkwing Duck came out before Batman animated series.
Uh,
I was like, oh, dude, this is cool. He's dark and like he's creeping in the shadows, and Batman comes up. I'm like, whoa, like this guy is awesome. So yeah, Kevin Conroy definitely was the person that inspired me to become the huge Batman fan that I am now. So
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Kevin Conroy. All,
Yeah,
all of his
definitely.
work, his games, movies. I don't even. There's so many games I have that he's been in, and deep. Like right now, I have this right here. I have the full collection of Batman the Animated Series, which
Oh,
is
Batman
so
fucking,
Beyond.
so
so
he's
yeah, Batman
holding.
Beyond.
Those of you who are audio only, Blue is holding up a very sealed Batman
Mm-hmm.
Beyond Funko Pop like extended edition. Oh, it's a Blu-ray. It's a
Yeah,
Blu-ray plus a
Blu-ray
Funko Pop
edition. Yep. Oh damn.
sealed.
This is how you know the real Batman fans from the casuals is if you ask them who's your favorite Batman, if they name like a physical actor, they ain't real Batman fans.
Damn,
They're
Yeah.
not. This is like they've watched them in the movies, and they're all.
damn.
None of them have done as good a
Even if
job.
they say Adam West, oh, my favorite's Adam West, and you're just
Yeah,
on nope.
no. Adam
Yeah.
West was not great. Go back and watch the old fucking Batman
I have
shows.
I
They're
have seen
terrible.
it. It's super goofy.
Yeah,
Super.
they're
So
terrible.
one little fun thing, if you go onto our YouTube channel, there's a video I worked on because Kevin Conroy redid a scene from Batman the Dark Knight where Batman or where Two-Face is killed, and there's like a whole scene between him and Commissioner Gordon, and Kevin Conroy did the voice work that not Michael Keaton, what's his name,
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, that Christian Bale did. So he did the voice again, reading the lines, and I synced it up with the movie. So Batman voice is actually Kevin Conroy's voice, and it just works so fucking good. I'm so proud of my work that I did, but man, so many people ripped me in the comments just because I try to make the intro like very movie themish. Like I have our intro for the podcast, and then I have like the intro for the Batman the Dark Knight, and people are like, the intro is too fucking long. Like, just get to the fucking point. And like, so people eventually started posting actual the timestamp so you can get to the point. But
But
I think that's probably like our third most viewed video on YouTube right
Blue,
now.
you know what's funny is that like after he passed away, we got more comments that were all positive on the video.
Oh shit, really? I need to go back and look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause-
They're 100%
That's awesome.
positive from since he passed away.
dude,
Yeah.
that took me a lot of work to sync up the lips and the audio because like he doesn't read at the same pace that Kristen Bell is doing his line. So I don't know. That took me a lot of work. That's my most proudest video I've ever worked on, to be honest.
I didn't know
But
that
you
you
check it out.
actually made that. I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, like I downloaded the movie, I clipped it, take the scene out of it, and like sat there and like synced up the audio and like kept turning Kevin Conroy's voice off so when it goes to Commissioner Gordon and had his line go through, and I kept going back and forth, back and forth. Like
Oh, yeah.
even getting the music to play out through the background too took me some work as well. So
So it's back in the
Yeah.
top 3 of our viewed videos
Nice.
for the past 7
Damn.
days. So yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
Right
yeah,
on, Blue.
definitely check it out.
I want to kind of touch back on Jason David Frank. Like, if you want to see, like, if people were like, these people didn't fight, they had stunt doubles and whatnot, you can actually watch him do his MMA like title fights on YouTube. Like his fights are on there, and there's some cool like kind of fan made stuff. So there's a fan made like movie. It's like 15 minutes. It's done after the Joseph Kahn Power Ranger like 15-minute movie, quote unquote, doing air quotes. He did one where Green Ranger fights Ryu from Street Fighter, and they fight
Oh
in
yeah,
this
it's just
like
cool.
yeah, they fight in this like dark alleyway with this really cool. It's like really cool fucking stunt work. but it's actually him. And they show him, and like Ryu challenges him, and they do this pretty dirty ass street fight. It's pretty awesome. But you can watch that on YouTube too. It's pretty awesome. But and I guess like him stepping to like Van Damme is on YouTube. Like a lot of stuff, goes to a lot of cons, right? And a lot of people love him because he's a super nice guy. Everyone says he's like one of the nicest celebrities they ever met. He's like really stand up dude, but it's was really shocking that he took his own life because a lot of people felt like that was kind of out of character for him.
Yeah.
However, even though we're a lot of us are fans of his work, we don't know what's going on in his personal life. I didn't know he had 4 kids. He had 4 kids. I didn't know that. But he was going through a pretty bitter divorce. He probably had other issues or whatnot that we may not be privy to. So you never know. Just because they're doing a celebrity, they may not be okay either. So just putting it out there. So, yeah.
All right.
One of with Jason, he played. It's funny that his name is Jason because the other character name was Jason, but he played multiple Power Rangers throughout that series. Like he's been like I think like 7 series or 7 seasons of the Power Rangers. Like there's even one battle where he switches between all the different Power Rangers he's been because he started off as the green, became the white, eventually became red, and then became black, and then like
He was red. He was red twice. He was a
yeah.
he was a red turbo. Then he was red ninja, and then he was Black Ranger, and then he might have been gold at one point. Not sure, but yeah.
But it's just funny that like he played that character for so long and like he basically is the fucking Power Ranger. But there's one guy we see or I usually see at the cons down here. His name is Just Jedi, and he's a huge Green Ranger fan. Like I've actually taken pictures of him and stuff, and I follow him on Instagram. But yeah, like he posted up like a very nice video regarding like what happened to Jason because he kind of was the influence for him. But yeah, it's just sad, just the fact that he took his life and how positive he was, like kind of leading up to it and stuff. So
Yeah,
R.I.P.
it's
to him.
super strange, but like yeah, like you said, it's funny because even in the Power Rangers lore, when he leaves for long periods of time, the legend of the Green Ranger is still there. They still talk about, the Green Ranger. And then he made this like huge comeback after like, I don't know, 10 years or something. And it was a huge deal. I remember like Power Ranger was like surging. There was like this huge trend. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And they showed the trailer where Tommy takes off his helmet and he's back. And like, they brought back all the Rangers from previous seasons just for that moment. I was like, what the hell is going on? But apparently it was the start of a new Power Ranger series. And they brought like all those that were still with us on the show. So there you go.
All right.
All right.
Before we get into the main portion of the podcast, I'd like to thank Warrior Fella for joining me last week after a whole litany of, technical issues on the podcast. Luckily, my laptop stayed up for the whole podcast, but it's funny because, like, as I was uploading the podcast to the internet, the video, my computer crashed again. So luckily, it didn't crash while we were like podcasting because it crashed twice during a normal podcast that we were doing with the other cast members. They stayed up for Warrior Fella, and then it crashed again. I figured it out. It's not gonna crash anymore, hopefully. But yeah, thanks for saving us with a podcast last week, and people seem to appreciate that I had one of our longest listeners on the podcast. So thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh man, I need to go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even see it posted. I'm like, how did you convince Warrior Fella to do a podcast?
I was
how
like,
did that
whoever's in the chat, like, if you're, I was just gonna bullshit for like maybe 30 minutes. I was like, anybody's in the chat. I was actually thinking maybe my oldest daughter was gonna be on there still, but she wasn't there. And but Warrior Fella was there, and he hopped on, and we just chopped it up for a while. So it was super cool, and like, we got to talk about like why he liked the podcast and like the first time he met us. Like I know exactly who he is.
we all do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It took me a little while to like recognize like who he was, but then I was like, oh, it's that guy. So, yeah, it was super cool for him to like come on and just like talk to him, and it was totally cool conversation. So yeah, go back and check out the last podcast. Listen to me and another listener just chop it up for a while.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Super awesome.
Oh man, I can't wait. Oh well, I guess it'll probably be a while before that ever happens. All of us get back together and hitting up a Comic Con, not a Comic Con, but hitting a comic shop and having a live podcast.
I'd be willing to
Or
come
comic
up and do something at Cape and Cal again. I mean, that'd be especially now because they're bigger. But yeah,
Oh yeah, it's
I can
true.
come back up for that. My
Yeah, yeah.
the podcast like the amount of equipment that we
Oh yeah,
that
it's
we use
smaller.
now is way smaller. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. You have a smaller board and everything, right?
it's tiny. It's like the size of maybe two
Is it
cell
like
phones.
I was gonna say, is it smaller than our original setup with the little, the one that you let Matt from
Oh,
Pre-Record Live and them
Yes,
use?
it's way smaller than
Yeah.
that. It's like maybe a third
Oh
of the
damn,
size or a fourth of the size. It's super
damn
tiny.
technology.
Yeah.
all right. Where do y'all want to get into first? There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff we didn't talk. Oh, actually, I know where we want to start because this is a multifaceted topic. Uh, Twitter. Since Elon Musk has bought Twitter, there's been a
Oh my god.
fury of stuff that's been happening. All kinds of stuff that's been going on. Just some of the wildest stuff you would hear from like any kind of company, to be honest. Um, but this is a worldwide company, employs thousands of people, and we got some kind of crazy, like real world MTV type shit happening in the news going on with fucking Twitter. Y'all, what do y'all want to literally start with the Twitter stuff?
Yeah, we can start with Twitter, and I'm gonna start with listen, if you are not an Elon Musk, if you're an Elon Musk fan, you can just pause the podcast for a minute because I'm gonna just shit all over this stupid motherfucker. All right. I used to think that he was like, like a really smart guy, super business acumen. He was a self-made guy. All those things are like totally untrue. First of all, he's not self-made. I think I've mentioned it multiple times in this podcast. His money comes from his fucking daddy, who had a gem mine during the apartheid era in South Africa. Okay, so him saying that, or even somebody mentioning that he's self-made, he's fucking not. He comes from family money that is basically blood money from mines in Africa during the apartheid era. He's a venture capitalist. All right, he does not have a business degree. He's not a good businessman. He co-founded PayPal. Yes, he did not create Tesla. I think most people seem to get that totally wrong with that. He did not create Tesla. Okay, there was two other guys that created Tesla. He invested in Tesla, and they ended up taking it over as a CEO and kicking out the two guys that were in there. And he basically, the ideas that he had. So the Tesla, the Roadster, the Model S, the Model 3, the Model Y, and the Model X. Those were all the original guys' ideas. Guess which one is Elon Musk's idea?
Oh, the Cybertruck.
Yes, the piece of shit looking Cybertruck, which we still don't have, and I think the semi truck as well. But when it comes to like, if you look at like the Tesla, the rest of their model
Fleet.
lineup, there's what's called a design language. They all follow the same design language, and then you look at the Cybertruck, and it looks like some shit that I drew when I was in fucking sixth grade. Like, it's ridiculous, and even the demo of it was fucking stupid. Anyway, he ends up buying Twitter for $44 million. And then people are sitting there thinking that, oh, it's such a good idea. No, he joked about buying it at first, but because he has so much money and power, he was forced to actually buy it. But I think it was the SEC that forced him to buy it because they're going to sue him because you can't just sit there if you have a bunch of money like that and say that you're going to buy something and then not do it because you affect the fucking market, which it did. Once he said he was going to buy Twitter, the market fluctuated, and then basically he got forced into buying it. And he way overvalued it. I have no idea why the fuck he bought Twitter for $44 billion. It makes no goddamn sense. It just was not worth that much money. And I love Twitter. It's a great platform, but it wasn't worth that much money. And since he's bought it, he's just fucked it up. He's just fucked the whole thing up. He has no idea what the fuck he's doing. He bought Twitter, and then he decided to one of the first things that he did was to just fire half the people at
Fire
Twitter.
people.
Just fire half the people. Could you imagine if you're working at any company and just some asshole just buys your company, just lays off half your fucking workforce. Might be you, might not be. 50-50 fucking shot, literally. For no reason, just get rid of half the people. Then his brilliant idea is to have people pay for the blue check mark, totally not understanding what the fuck the blue check mark was for. It's a verification so that you know the person that you're interacting with is the actual person that you're interacting with. And when somebody pays for it, you can just totally fake what who it is, and it totally
A lot
shows
of
like
people were.
literally within hours. When somebody paid for it, a bunch of fake ass accounts came out, including Eli Lilly and a bunch of other companies, where they were just like, get the blue verification thing and then spew out bullshit about a company, and there was actually real market value consequences with that. Eli Lilly alone, which I'm not a huge fan of them, they lost like $20 billion because they said that they were going to give away insulin for free, which they probably should anywhere, at least for a way cheaper rate. But they lost $20 billion in that tweet alone. Their advertisers are leaving them in mass. Now he's saying he's rehiring back some people that he let go. And now he's saying basically you have to work harder and longer hours if you want to stay working at Twitter. That is not the way that you get any tech person to work anywhere, like any person to work anywhere.
Not here in America.
Could you imagine, like, if you want to keep your current job, that somebody told you, I want you to work longer hours and harder than you ever worked before to keep your current job? I honestly, if somebody told me that shit, I'd tell them to go fuck themselves and find a new job.
Go kick rocks.
Yeah, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it doesn't make any fuck, especially if you're not going to pay anymore. That's the main thing. If you're not going to pay me any more money, why the fuck would I work harder and longer hours?
For
Why?
less.
Yeah, like that doesn't make any goddamn sense whatsoever. And the reason why he has to do that is because he let off half of the fucking workforce. The guy has no business acumen at all. He's a fucking moron. What do you guys think?
So there's besides the business aspect, there's also like some of the social aspect that's been on there. So, a lot of the banned accounts, including Donald J. Trump,
Yeah.
he posted a poll to the Twitter users about should he unsuspend Donald Trump. I'm like, well, why are you asking the public? Like, it's your platform, it's your rules. You should decide on who abides by them or not. If you really wanted to give a clean slate, as you say, to everyone, then just unblock everyone that's been suspended and then just leave it at that.
Well, it's beyond that. Is like the poll itself was, this is how stupid he is as well, is that he put the poll on his own Twitter account.
You did.
His Twitter account is for people that are fans of him and that want to have things his way. So it's if you put anything on your account, especially when you have that much, if you're that much of an influencer, it's gonna be biased as fuck. And so everybody knows, if you're an Elon Musk fan, that he's a fan of Donald Trump. Like, everybody fucking knows this shit. And so for him to put it out there and be like, oh well, and it barely won. It won by like 3%. It's just insane to me. And now I'm sorry, tell the rest of the story because I don't want to steal the rest of your thunder. But that's the one part I had to put in.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, to be honest, a lot of his fans that follow him tend to be Trump supporters. So you're gonna have
especially
a lot.
Now.
You're gonna have a lot of these Trump supporters. Of course, they're gonna say yes. And then the people that are, middle of the road to the left are gonna be like, hold on, I don't want this dude back on Twitter. I don't want to be doom scrolling. I don't want another, incident where he said something and it's like dog whistling or it incites some kind of violence somewhere across America. So let's not put him back on. And it becomes this weird, like, social cyber kind of like, I don't want to say cyber warfare because it's not the term that would be used, but it became this weird social, like,
social warfare.
Yeah, but it came at like polarizing point. I was like, what is happening on here? And he subsequently unblocked him or unsuspended him. But apparently Donald Trump said he's not going to use the platform anymore.
Right.
He has no platform because he
dumb.
invested. Yeah, well, he invested his money in True Social. So why would you leave your own social? That would imply that
Let me
what
see.
you invested in is shit, and Twitter is better. So he wants to get his platform because that's his money. It's his product or whatever or venue. So you want to invest in your own product. So it just became this crazy. And another thing was a bunch of fake accounts with blue check marks were popping up with saying claiming they're Donald Trump and saying some crazy shit on Twitter. So there's a lot
I'm
of
trying to
crazy
see.
stuff. Go ahead.
I remember maybe like last year or something like that. Like Donald Trump had only posted like I think like 3 times to his platform Truth. I want to see how many times he's posted since.
Oh, he's definitely ramped it up, but it's still it's just it's just it's just not Twitter is what it is, and he doesn't have that many actual people on that platform, and it's bleeding money. It's going to go bankrupt, and that's why. So the husband of Candace Owens actually owns the company, and he's selling it to Kanye
Kanye.
West, and that's one of the
Wait,
main reasons why Ye came out recently with all this fucking bullshit is because of like he's gonna buy Truth Social because he thinks that somehow he can say whatever he wants to say on Truth Social, but it's like I mean technically yes you can, but if you say whatever you want to say on Truth Social, Apple and Google, the two biggest app stores out there, will not carry the app anymore. They'll shut it down.
yeah, you'll have to go through. You basically become a unauthorized app or whatnot. You got. I mean, people did it for what was it for Parlor? So I mean,
Well,
there's that.
yeah,
I
what
mean,
they no the only reason why Parler is still up is because they had to moderate. It's the same
oh
issue.
yeah,
You have to put
but they
moderators
took
on
them off
there.
the store for a little bit.
Yeah.
So. And then with 4chan's another one. I don't know. Does 4chan have an app or no? I would doubt. I would doubt it.
I don't know. I
I
never
don't
go
know.
on 4chan.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know either. I don't. I think 4chan's a website, so
Only for
that's.
research purposes.
Only
Oh,
research purposes only.
yeah. So Twitter's just been the last few weeks. It feels like they've just been a dumpster fire rolling down a hill that smells like fucking dog shit
And there is no
and garbage.
4chan app on Google.
Okay.
Well, some of the hilarity that's come from this whole Twitter Elon, I don't know, debacle is when some people who pay for the blue check mark who's been faking being other people. Like I think and we talked about this like, I think a couple of weeks ago, but there's been some celebrities that changed their name to Elon Musk, and so they started pretending they
Oh.
were him, and he got mad, he got pissed. He was like, anybody who uses my name or whatever, you're gonna be banned from the site. It's like, yo, like you're talking about free speech and stuff like that, but when it comes
Hmm.
down to you want to be the one banning people. So like that's some of the humor that came from there. But like I remember when even when it was announced that Elon Musk was going to buy Twitter, the N word was trending like nobody's business.
Oh
Like you
no,
type
when
in
he
N
bought it,
word,
it
no,
went
even
up.
before he bought it, like even when he mentioned that he was going
Oh
to be
yeah,
buying
yeah.
it, people were like, oh, I'll get to use the N word. Like Twitter's got to be regulated. Like it can't be all free speech and stuff like that because the hate is out there and it's just going to be shown as ugly face, and it's sad that that's just how America is. Like the video that I'm not sure if you posted Cronus or Prodigy posted, but the dad of the guy who killed the gay people, like
Yeah.
there'll be a whole bunch more of him, like a whole lot more. Like holy shit, I can't. I watched the video. I was like, what the hell? Like, is he really saying what he's saying? Like,
We'll get into
the guy
that.
had to be. He had to be on a whole nother level of cocaine or meth or some shit.
Yeah,
He was not.
we'll get into that in a little bit because
Yeah,
that's a whole different
that's the
topic.
whole
But
track
yeah,
story.
it's if you got 4 brain cells and like one of them is already on the way out, should you have a platform? I mean,
No,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah,
it's just Twitter's just been,
but
a lot of people are saying that it's probably going to be a while before it burns itself out, but it looks like it's definitely on the decline. I've heard some businesses may have left the platform already.
oh yeah, I heard that
a whole
too.
bunch have they've lost. I think it was
Yeah,
half of their advertisers. And what's crazy to me is that like the whole um, paying $8 to get the blue check mark from a business standpoint. Again, it's just ridiculous because how many people do you think you're gonna have to buy that check mark? They had something like the last I checked, it was like 140,000 people. That's like a million. That's a $1.4 million. You bought the platform for 44 billion.
Hmm.
Like,
you're still a little shy there, buddy.
yeah, and it's like these are things that you did. And don't get me wrong, it's for him, it's sort of a drop in the bucket, but I mean, not really. I can't remember how much he's worth, but and it's also this is another thing that bothers me is that he borrowed the money to do this. He got favorable loan. He didn't use his own fucking money. He got favorable loans to do this. And if you want to hear more about how rich people stay rich and have like fake money, just look up like buy borrow die. I think it's buy borrow die. It's like the scheme they all use, and it's the whole like basically if you have like a bunch of stock, you can use your stock even though your stock isn't actually real money. You can use your stock and show a bank that hey, this is how much I'm worth, and the bank will give you a favorable loan. And when you get a loan, that's tax free. You can't tax a loan, and so most of these billionaires and millionaires and billionaires they use loans that are leveraged on their tax value, the tax valuation, to borrow tax free money for like basically pennies on the dollar, and that's how they extract their money. But it's just it's bullshit. It's all based upon bullshit, and we're seeing it now with like certain billionaires and even millionaires just like having fake money, and it's just and the vast majority of them are just con artists. They're just con artists. They're not any better than you. Most of them were born into money or they just got lucky, but the vast majority of them were born into money and they started stealing. So don't feel bad that you're not as wealthy as they are, because if there is any sort of karma or heaven or hell or some shit like that, like they're not going to the good place with the shit that they've had to do. I mean, look at fucking Mark Zuckerberg with Meta, the metaverse. He basically stole the idea of Facebook. You can watch a whole movie about it. So he's used all that money, to do whatever. And when he tries to come up with a new idea, it's the metaverse, and it's fucking terrible. It looks like fucking PlayStation 2. And nobody's playing it. Their whole thing was they could have legs in the latest update. I'm like, legs? This is fucking 2023. You're in a fucking virtual space and you're talking your big update is about fucking legs? Like what? How stupid are you?
That's the other thing. Like a lot of companies, mainly Meta, they acquire other companies. Like that's how they basically buy that social network because that platform is doing very well. So there's a lot of companies that other companies acquire just to buy their ideas. That's basically what they're doing. But like one crazy thing with Twitter was Elon's thing where they laid off like 11,000 people.
Yeah.
Where most of them were like full-time employees, which is crazy. A lot of times it's the contractors that get let go. But like, yeah, they like 2 people that I know of that worked at Meta got let go, and I was like, whoa, like that's crazy. Like, how could that happen? Like you think your job's secure, and then all of a sudden you get this news, which is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, HP just announced.
It's all a trickle effect.
HP announced yesterday or maybe today. Not so. I work. I can't say I work for. I work for somebody HP adjacent, basically HP, but not HP. They're laying off 4,000 to 6,000 employees globally. But I don't work for HP. I work for the EPAR.
That's a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of folks, especially just before Christmas.
If the news was about Cisco, I'd be like, oh, Cisco's always letting people go. Like that's they're always in the news about letting people go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like and nobody's like sounding alarms. Like the tech industry is going through some shit right now, and from what I've seen from the media so far, nobody's sounding alarms. Metaverse, 11,000 people. Twitter, half the fucking workforce. HP is 4,000 to 6,000 people. That's a lot of fucking tech workers. Like, where are they gonna? Most of them will probably get jobs, but it's just like that is like that's like coal mine shit right there. You know what I mean? Like that's not normal.
Yeah, it's a lot of workers. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of them will probably go to like smaller companies, or maybe even. I guess you don't really see startups as much
Well, yeah, you do.
nowadays.
There's plenty of startups. Plenty of startups.
But there's ones that last longer than 2 years.
They're still out there. I mean, and they get acquired. So that's the
Yeah,
main thing. You work for a startup, you wait for them to get acquired.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's
my
the
company
weird
got
uncommon
acquired.
now.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind
if
of
you have a
jumping
good
back to
platform, big guy wants it.
kind of jump back to Trump posting on Truth. So, and back in August, he posted 51 times, and then wait, he posted 51 times total, but that was within a 24-hour window that he posted 51 times. So
When
like his total
what
count is
year?
like the 54. This back in August.
Oh, so I
Oh,
mean, it is what it is.
yeah. Bug
I
him.
mean, yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna get just weirder within the next month or so. But Twitter's, I mean, I know the big thing now. I guess it came out today is that there's this well-known hacker. He's like a PS3 hacker. He just got hired, I guess, by Elon himself to work to fix a lot of Twitter's problems because they're having a lot of technical stuff. So
Mm.
a lot of the workers that are working on the back end part of Twitter were just letting automation run out until like memory overflow or whatnot, or it just
Re-
couldn't maintain itself. So
Remember when Elon Musk paid a guy or attempted to pay a guy like $5,000 to stop posting his where he like his flight plans
That's why I think
on
that's
Twitter?
one of the things why he brought Twitter because of that.
Yeah, he
hmm.
couldn't he couldn't stop him, so he decided to buy the whole company. That's some Bruce Wayne shit. At least he'll do it for good, not for evil. I don't know.
The fuck,
I
there's been
mean,
like
Twitter is
serious
just
issues
like
with
a
YouTube.
seems like it. Yeah, some people are saying. Well, one person is saying
No, it's I can see it on
it's
my end now too.
frozen.
They're not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. I don't understand why because I can talk
We
to you
should
guys
be
just
all
fine.
yeah, we should be firing on all four cylinders or
Well,
eight cylinders.
you kind of got pixelated there for a second for me.
Yeah, I saw you.
Like I thought you
Uh,
got stuck in a metaverse.
all, only if you
God
dropped,
dang.
but that he came back and it was fine.
Oh, it's been continuous for me. That's super weird.
The man is listening
So
in on us.
maybe. Oh yeah, Elon's watching the podcast, so he's
Hmm.
probably just like,
You motherfuckers.
let me just DDoS them real quick.
Yeah. Call my Cybertruck stupid. I called you stupid
Oh,
too, Elon.
damn.
You dumb motherfucker.
It'd be funny if he did mention us because we would be like just all these people
Blow
would
up.
just come
Yeah.
to all those stuff and just be yelling. The N word would pop up another 500%. So it'd just
Actually,
be all crazy.
Adam Conover did a really good video about stupid ass billionaires. I think it dropped today. I think it's Conover. Is that his name? Yeah, that's him, Adam Conover. And it was really good because I've been tired of like people, just sucking these dudes' dicks for a long time. And even me, like for like Elon Musk, I was like, oh, he made all his money, but I had misconceptions. I thought he was self-made.
Pause. Who's sucking whose dick?
A whole bunch of people
Oh,
are sucking these dudes' dicks. Like just like, oh, they make so much money, they deserve all that money. They deserve
They
to
can't do no
run.
wrong.
oh
I'm
god
just like,
dang.
dude, like literally, they're taking your fucking tax dollars. They're literally robbing our economy from their bullshit. They're hiding all their fucking money, and they're getting tax benefits, and you're just still just like, oh my god, like they should just make decisions for me. Like, no, fuck that, fuck him, and fuck all of them. Like they're stealing our fucking money, and they're frivolous with it. $44 billion for a fucking company that is worth 10, and then he lays off half the fucking workforce of people. He's destroyed at least 10,000 fucking lives for what? What was the fucking point in that?
To keep that kid from posting his flight plans. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
mean,
comes down to.
like seriously,
That's because you got beef with a kid.
yeah, fuck him. He's a petulant fucking child, just like the rest of these stupid ass motherfuckers that have way too much goddamn money that they don't know what to do with it. They're not doing anything altruistic. Like, how are they making society better?
Yeah. I mean, I heard
Seriously.
he runs Tesla that way too. Like I used to hear a story about how like people were working like long, even like so. Kind of one of the reasons, well, not one of the reasons why, but like he built a Texas factory because, well, not that during the pandemic, he wanted the workers to come back. I mean, I know you got deadlines and
Yes,
stuff
he's
like
still
that, but
saying
we're in
that.
the middle
Yeah.
of fucking pandemic. Like fools are fucking dying. Like you just want people to come back and to make your product to keep making you money. just so you can meet your goals and deadline. Like
Eh,
you're not about your employees.
Well, it's like, don't get me wrong. There's certain jobs that you need to have. You need to be in the office for, but a lot of
Yeah,
jobs you don't. Meanwhile, you can't sit there and be like, "Oh, I need everybody to be in the office," and you're fucking doing a video call as a CEO. You're in a fucking video call as a CEO talking about how everybody needs to come in the office. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like seriously, you don't need everybody fucking there. Like you want to talk about how you're supposed to be this whole like kind of
forward
postmodernist,
thinker.
like forward thinker.
Mm.
You're not a fucking forward thinker if you think you need to have everybody in the office, especially when it's a waste of goddamn money and you know it. It's a waste of fucking money having everybody. And don't get me wrong, I understand that some people like they don't work from home as good as people that some people don't work from home as well as others, and I understand that. But at the same time, it's like you can't just force everybody to come in because to work at least 40 hours a week. When somebody says I need you to work at least 40 hours a week, pause. Fuck you. I'll work 40 hours and I'm done. Like that's our contract. I'm done. Like if your expectation is for me to come in for more than 40 hours, then you missed the fucking point, man. You missed the point. And if you listen to this podcast and you're thinking like, oh, I'll be proud to work 40 hours a week, then you're already in the fucking trap of some other asshole exploiting you. Because 40 hours is what you get. And if you want to pay me more to work overtime, that should be that's got to be optional when it's on my time frame. When I want to work that fucking time to take time away from myself and my family. But for these assholes to demand that I work 40 hours a week when I don't know what the fuck you're doing in your personal time, but are you driving into work? No, you're
Oh
not. You're
no,
doing fucking video calls from wherever the fuck you are. I don't know where the fuck you're at.
you know they're definitely traveling the world. They're not. How often do they even go to the office? Probably like 4 times a year, maybe.
And
Maybe.
that's fine. I mean, honestly, that's prerogative, but just don't demand that other people come into the office. Don't demand they come in the office, especially in this day and age. Like the pandemic has proven that that companies can get by just fucking fine with people working from home, just fine. The world keeps turning.
Hmm. So yeah, that's the state of Twitter for now.
I mean, fuck Elon Musk for now,
uh,
forever.
uh,
Let's talk
so
about
we should.
some fun stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, well, I watch. I'm on episode 7 of Chainsaw Man.
Oh man!
Like I watched
Seven?
4, 5, and 6.
Here we
I'm
go.
like I'm halfway through the 7th episode, which I'm waiting for shit to go down. I'm like, oh, this I know Chronos mentioned some shit go down in the last episode. And I'm waiting for it,
Oh,
and
it's
I'm like,
coming. Are they,
I was like,
are they at the bar?
yes,
It's coming.
they're eating
Yeah.
food.
It's coming.
Shit, but like, yeah, the last 2 episodes, like whether them stuck inside the hotel or the apartment complex, like that shit was fucked up. Like, could you imagine being stuck somewhere and just
Mm-hmm.
time just stopped and you can't go anywhere. You're always stuck on the same floor, and then everybody wants you to fucking
Blue,
die.
blue. Everyone's already experienced this. It was called 2020.
That's true. 2020 was a long fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So like, Chainsaw Man was killing this guy for 3 fucking days before he was like, "Look, I'm done. Just fucking kill me."
Wait,
And
no.
eventually got
That's
out. But
that's today's episode. Let's not talk about today's episode because it literally. I'm sorry, yesterday's episode. We are breaking the 48-hour rule.
Mm.
Let's not
okay,
do
yeah,
that. We can talk about the episode before
What was
that and the
that
one before that. All right.
okay, yeah.
So the one before that was actually
What-
it's actually kind of fucking boring.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's kind of boring. Like,
Oh, you
I mean,
thought it
other
was
than
boring? I thought it was fucked up because they're
well, no,
trying to
'cause
do some
was
shit.
it? No, because Chainsaw Man makes a deal with Homegirl, is the director Nick Fury of
That was one
the
before that.
Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, yeah, because he saves the one girl, Power's cat, and so she let him touch her breath, which the first grab was
She
fake
fucking
because she was
cheated.
wearing like,
Yeah.
and yeah, she gypped him, and then the second and third time, like it was like nothing to him. And I'm like, okay, yeah, bro, you don't have feelings. Like, grab movies are just not that exciting. But then the director girl was like, oh, let me show you how it's really like how grapple movies really is, and she like
Mhm.
gave that guy a goddamn heart. I almost had a heart attack as like
Yeah.
actually as she was doing it. She was teasing the hell out of him, but like he
Mhm.
was motivated again. That spark was so it's not just touching boobs for him. It's touching boobs and kissing and getting a little happy ending at the end. But
Yeah,
it just
he almost prematured. Almost.
he,
I mean,
he
she
probably did.
she said if you kill the gun devil, I will grant any wish that you want.
Mhm.
She was very specific. Any wish.
Mhm.
He
So
He tried
he
to
gave an answer
clarify it.
too.
She's
Yeah.
made him stop talking. She's all anything that you want, any wish that you want, it will be granted. He's all,
I
shit.
li-
like I'm trying to
I like the
bust.
fact that he repeated that
Now,
shit like 3 times too. He was like, wait, wait, wait. If I kill
yeah.
the gun demon, you want to grant my wish. He's like, even if it says anything you want. I was like, damn. But I'm kind of wondering about her because she's kind of got the same eyes as Power does. Like she's
Mhm.
got like demon eyes or some shit like that. So I'm wondering if I mean, obviously she's not human, but I wonder if she's got powers of her own, which I'm excited. I'm waiting to see what happens
Well,
with
they
her. Like
all
I want to know what's going to do.
so supposedly all of, like the demon hunters they have pacts with devils.
Packs, yeah,
Yeah. So I'm wondering like what her pact was because that one girl was it Himio. Pretty sure it's
Oh,
Himio.
yeah. I know.
oh, the one with the eye
She
patch,
Yeah, she gave her eye up to get a ghost arm, and that ghost arm
yeah.
does not fuck around.
No, it does
So
not.
yeah,
And then homeboy that got stumped in the nuts, he's got the fox demon power. Every time I see that
Oh
guy,
my
that's
god!
how it plays in my ear. But like
He's
we also
Stomping the
get
nuts. Stop stomping the
yeah,
nuts.
we also learned his backstory. Like he was out playing with his little sick little brother. They're having a little snowball fight. He's like, "Look, you're cold. Go in the house, grab a glove, and we can go play catch." Brother walk in the house and just oh, I'm
He
like,
caught
holy
he
shit!
caught a big ass
Yeah,
bullet throughout his whole entire fucking house.
sure the
it
fuck did.
wasn't
I was
just
like,
the
what,
house, it was like half the city.
Yeah.
Half the
dude?
city
It was
was
like
gone.
1 million people were just killed.
Yeah, in a second, literally within a second.
Did
It
you
was
guys
like
catch the subtle, not so subtle shade about America's gun violence on an episode?
Yes,
a
I
little bit,
did.
yeah. I caught. I
I
was like, oh
did.
shit.
Yeah,
And they were
basically.
trying to say that because they're saying basically the gun devil is most likely American. I was like, what the fuck?
No, they said because it started in America because of all the gun violence in America.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, I wasn't sure if they were saying maybe or if he was for sure from an American
What's kind of
devil.
crazy too is that like a lot of these devils they get their power from the fear of people, and so like like we had like the tomato devil because the plague and stuff like that, but like because of the gun devil, because of what he's done or she done or that it's done or they've done, get my pronouns right, cover my bases. He,
Zer.
they've made other devils stronger because of that. And I posted because when I watched an episode, they were talking about like how like the gun devil got like how he became stronger and how other devils became stronger. I was like, man, if there was a hatred devil and a idiot devil, that motherfucker's running as just as strong as a fucking gun devil right now because the shit that's going on with mainly with Twitter, like we were talking about earlier, that just feeds into that devil's ability. Not talking about like a real devil. I'm just talking about based off of the anime or whatever. But another crazy thing is that it's been a while. I watched an anime where they kind of focus on smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I think that's a
The whole thing
little.
with Aki and the girl. It's like wow, I was like wow, we don't even see people smoke cigarettes in like TV shows anymore. But like here's anime has them like one trying to get the other one hooked on fucking cigarettes and shit because it'll make you more social. I was like man, this is some 80s throwback right
Yeah, I was
here.
about to
That's
say.
the way it
Yeah,
used to be. Not
yeah,
even
it's
just
some
the 80s.
Marlboro
Yeah.
man.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's. I was gonna say that's some Marlboro man fucking mentality from like the 50s. Like
Hmm.
back in the 50s, it was it was socially acceptable to smoke. Like they had smoking sections on airplanes, smoking
Hmm.
sections in restaurants, and so they're all trying to make it socially accessible to smoke again. And this, I'm like, nah, bro, nah.
Also, with the intro of the show, do you guys get the? I always get the vibe of like reservoir
Reservoir.
dogs.
So it is a whole shitload of throwbacks to
Yeah.
American movies, TV shows, and actually a couple of animes too. Because one of them is from Evangelion.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, and yes,
So,
there's a Reservoir Dogs one. Yeah.
so did y'all notice that between episodes, I think 5 and on, that the intro kind of changed a little? Like some of the scenes are slightly different.
I did
Hmm.
not.
Okay. Yeah, there's some of the scenes are different, and it looks like it's some foreshadowing stuff. So
I can
and
tell
they're very
you
quick scenes. They're very quick, but they intermix it with some of the previous stuff. But there's a couple of new sequences in there.
the outro for episode 7 is the
Oh
most
my
disrespectful
god,
fucking outros ever.
uh, that was shit right there.
I was like, bruh, uh, like I wasn't like watching at the time, and I looked up and I was like, oh, that's the and they're still doing it. Okay, I'm gonna just look away.
That shit was fucking wild. I was like, dude, did they just? Yeah,
So
but yeah, I,
there was
I
oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, y'all thought that the episode where they're stuck in the devil's like hotel slash apartment episode was kind of boring. I thought it was probably because it's the first time that like pretty much all of them are together.
Well, I'm not gonna say okay,
And,
even though I said it's boring. It just wasn't as like over the top as like other episodes. Like he wasn't like thirsty for
yeah,
titties. There wasn't an
okay.
amazing amount of violence in the episode.
There
Um,
was no violence. Oh,
yeah,
I mean, there was a little violence, but
not that I can
not.
remember. The next episode though, ultra violence.
Yeah. So there's the two was because there's the one before which we didn't talk about where they were sent together to go to the hotel, and then they meet the little head that has arms in it, and they kill it, and then they realize that they're stuck in the same level, and it ends that way. They're like, oh shit. And the episode after that, where they like the humans, they start to go stir crazy, and then they just kind of they're willing to do whatever it takes to get out, which even if it means sacrificing one of their own members, except for Power. Power just wants to be like TikTok
She wants
famous
a
or some
No,
shit.
she
she
wants a
wants the
Nobel
Nobel
Peace
Peace
Prize.
Prize. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
So
like
she would be worshipped by humans and be fucking their overlord.
yeah, she just wants to be revered, and I'm just everybody else wants to survive, and like the two, I guess, veteran hunters are just they're just basically making plans, but they also contend with like if we can't get out of here, things are gonna get bad for all of us. We need to try to figure out a way to get out. So it was super weird because we get to see this really like desperate need to get out and what people are willing to do to get out. I mean, we see some of the backstory on some of the characters on why they want to get out because they want to get back to their family. Some of them are afraid or whatnot, but they're willing to like get all crazy with it. Like one of them tries to basically commit murder.
Oh yeah.
So,
She was like, let's give this fucker to the demon or to the devil. I always want to say demon. I feel like demon's
he is
better.
it is a demon. He or yeah, I mean I guess they call him devil. So
Yeah.
the handler, Miss Misaka, is that or Mimi-san, their handler.
Makima. Pretty sure it's
Yeah,
Makima.
there it is. I'm
Makima.
pretty sure she's a fiend. So I
Oh
think
yeah.
she might be half and half. So we shall
I mean,
see though. I mean, so far she hasn't wilded out. She keeps everything cool. She's not all crazy. That like Power's like a
blood hungry.
drunken. Yeah, she's blood hungry, but she's kind of like a crazy like drunken sorority girl, kind of just a little bit. So
Oh
we'll
god
see
damn it!
what
It's got a
happens.
fucking spoiler.
Someone
Shit.
spoiled. You?
I spoiled it myself. I know who Makima is now.
Well,
Oh, see,
I
don't
have an
say
idea
nothing.
because there's kind of a hint in the intro, and I'm like, huh, okay, that makes sense. But
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out. Um,
yeah, we'll
there was
find
a
out.
thing there was a thing that was posted. So this is kind of an ask be the BTI question I'm asking the group. Would you rather be a demon hunter from Chainsaw Man, or would you rather be a demon slayer from Demon Slayer? Like what job role would you take?
Demon Slayer, 100%. Because Jesus Christ, it seems like people, it's like the demon hunters in Chainsaw Man die fucking quick as fuck, and they die all the time. Demons
Yeah,
like seem
and
to
they
survive a
die.
lot longer.
Yeah, you're like in Chainsaw Man, you're getting like ripped apart. Like they're talking shit to you, just
Oh, they do
before
the
you.
same thing in Demon Slayer. Oh,
Yeah, but they're
not too much in
talking
Demon
like
Slayer.
petty shit just before you're like literally ripped apart or eaten, or
Yeah.
just like it's like I don't know if both. I know one of you has seen Blood Sea, but it kind of
Oh
reminds me of
yeah.
that.
Quincy's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Just like one at a time instead of a whole horde of them or whatnot. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say Demon Slayer just because you get to have a fucking cool sword and you learn fucking like breathing techniques and stuff like that. But like, yeah, in Demon Slayer, like you can be masturbating and fucking masturbating demon shows up and fucking kills you. Shitty ass
Whips out
way
a
to go.
dick and just drops it on your whole body,
Yeah.
and you're
Here,
squished by a massive dick.
I got the barbed wire. Let's do this.
Oh
Yeah.
hell no! Oh,
I
that's
mean,
some fucking.
isn't that like who they fought in like the second episode or second or third? Wasn't the guy
Oh man.
like wasn't a
Uh,
porn? Well, no, I'm thinking of
no, I just
That's
got a
so
Big Mouth.
fucked up.
flashback. I just got a flashback from what was it? Fucking Human Centipede dude with the barbed wire. God damn,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Extra terrible.
But it show's good. I need to catch up. I need to finish up on this, and I also need to catch up on Bleach. I'm behind on that one as well.
Bleach is surprisingly like it's way better than the last season of Bleach. Like from like
Yeah.
back in the day. It's way better than that. Like it's first of all, like the amount of like
Violence.
blood and violence. Yeah, it's just like there's
Jesus
blood in
Christ.
this one. Yeah, people like die. They ain't coming fucking back.
Mm-mm.
At least they better not come back.
Dude, when one guy was talking shit, and the fucking like head captain of the Quincy's was like, "What did you say?" And all of a sudden his arm was gone. I was like, "Shit, what the fuck?" And then like he killed him, and he's like, "Hey, this is your fault," and he killed the other guy too. I was like, "Damn, what the hell?"
Yeah, he does not fuck around. The king of the Quincy's doesn't fuck around. Like he's just like
Mm-mm.
fuck everybody. He's like, I'll kill you, your whole family. I don't give a fuck. Like I just want to kill, Shinigami's, and he's got a boss. So
He's wait, somebody. He's oh, god damn.
he has mentioned it
I'm shocked.
in even the episodes that you've watched that he has a boss,
I think I have.
and they've talked about it before. Even if you go back and watch the old Bleach, Aizen talks about the Soul King, and
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that's the boss he's talking about. Is the Soul King like they want to overkill either appease the Soul King or overthrow? I know Aizen wanted to overthrow the Soul King and just like destroy him. So
Damn.
Yeah, man, I need to catch up on that. And something I noticed is that on Verve they have or no, it's actually is it Verve or VRV? I think it's just VRV.
yeah,
I think we learned this at Comic Con or whatever. Anyways, yeah, they actually have it on there dubbed as well. So they have it in subtitles and dubbed for Chainsaw Man.
is it on? Okay, well for Chainsaw Man, but not Bleach is not on there.
Yeah,
Though. It's on Hulu, which bothers me because
Yes, on Hulu.
fuck, I still get I pay for Hulu. Like I pay for Hulu, and I still get commercials with Bleach, and I'm just like, why the fuck am I watching commercials with Bleach? It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that is some bullshit. Wait, do I get commercials? I don't think I get. Well, I don't know. I need to go back and watch it, but it's been a while. But yeah, I'm excited about Bleach is back, and then Homegirl. I posted this in the chat. I said like, "Wow, such and such, the redheaded girl, like her boobs got a whole lot bigger since last season." And then like, I think somebody posted up a video saying like, "Oh yeah, like this is her the last episode of Bleach, and this is her now." And just like, she went from like maybe a double D to like a double X or something like that. Like her boobs have gotten really big, but anime physics.
Yeah.
Anime things, anime titties. Just saying.
What are we gonna talk about next, guys?
Can we talk about God of War Ragnarok, please?
Yes.
Sure. You've been itching about it, so
God damn, this is my game of the year. But I was kind of expecting it to be my game of the year, and it's exceeded my expectations. I played Elden Ring a little bit, but it didn't catch me as hard as Ragnarok did. So I mean, the game is it's so fucking good. The gameplay is just as good as the last game. The story is better in this one. Actually, the gameplay gets better eventually once you get there's a new weapon in the game. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but there's a new weapon and it's fucking dope. There is some legit plot twists in the story that I didn't see coming, which I probably should have. Now I'm looking back at it. But it's legit really, really good. And there's like some parts in the game that punch you in the fucking feels hard as fuck. And one of the crazy things is like there's like part of it. I'm later on in the game. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but there's like a part in the game that I'm at where Atreus feels like he does something that's like kind of bad, and when you are walking around and you look back at him as Kratos, you can see him looking like there's a sad look on his face, like he's about to cry the whole time for for a while, and it's just like man, like it's deep, it's pretty fucked up.
Mm.
All the new characters are dope. There's a whole new gaming play style in the game that's dope. You get whole new companions to play as. It's great. There's like meaningful like deaths and new characters, and it's so fucking good. For me, it's gonna be my game of the year. I know, old Ninja, you're playing it too. Like, what do you think so far? I just got to the point to where I'm at Ragnarok, and I
Oh
stopped.
wow.
I paused the game. I put it down. I was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down another day and finish the game.
I just left the Elven Realm. Like I just finished that area,
Okay.
and there's like an area next to it. I guess it's like an optional area or some shit where you have like a sled with dogs being pulled with it. So
Yeah, do that
uh,
area. Like all the extra
yeah,
areas are definitely worth doing.
so I'm in that area. So I'm searching because there's like a because of the Winter. It's like hard
Fimbulwinter.
to see, or Winter. It's hard to see because there's like storms and shit, and you can't see where you're going. And it's like weird because the fucking sled is being pulled by these like weird celestial dog type things, and they're pretty quick.
You
So
can
I can't see where
fix.
the fuck.
It's actually not
I mean,
Fimbulwinter like where you're at, but you can fix what's going on.
well, they haven't said anything yet. I'm what I'm looking for is a creature that's in pain.
Yeah.
I'm at that part, so I'm just like, oh, I wonder what this is gonna be. But it's like a huge area. Some of the I haven't even met like probably a portion of the new characters. I've met like aside from the two big bads, I guess, I've met like two new characters, and I'm like kind of spoiled it a little bit for me that there's gonna be more characters coming, and I just haven't run into them yet. I haven't progressed far enough yet. And so I'm just like, fuck, there's a lot of shit to do in this fucking game. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just like slowly going through it compared to you. You're like running through it.
I gotta. I'm not running through it. I gotta check. I'm gonna check as we're live, but I'm pretty sure I'm more than 40 hours into the game.
God dang. I know
Yeah.
I'm probably like 20 hours into the game because what keeps happening is like what I didn't do in God of War 1 was favors. So I decided to
Oh.
do favors in this one. And when I did do a favor, it's just like, oh, this is more time than I thought I was going to invest in this. And it turned into more than one favor while I'm fucking doing it. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
it's just like,
I'm
good,
46 hours in to the game.
good lord. I
So
know I'm nowhere near that. I can guarantee I'm nowhere near that.
If you work for Elon, he'd be like, "You're failing. You're fired.
Oh yeah, right. He'd be like,
like,
yeah,
show me
he'll be like,
Signing off in
type.
a week."
I want you to type up your code, print it out, and send it to me.
Yeah.
Ask you what that's one of the things that he said. Print out the code and send it to me, which is so fucking stupid. Anyway, go ahead.
it's like he's gonna understand what they're doing.
I
But
mean, he
okay,
might be able to, but you
maybe
still don't
half
want to
of
type.
it.
If you're typing up your code and like sending it to him, that's like if somebody else gets the code, they could like, you know,
Hmm.
steal it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's still. I feel like well, I've upgraded my current armor. I haven't really purchased new armor or built new armor. What I've been trying to focus on is upgrading my current weapons so they do more damage and whatnot. Because there's a lot of stuff to unlock. I'm like, well, shit, I need more XP so I can do more damage so I can kill motherfuckers in a very cool way. But so far that has not. I'm not quite there yet. Usually I do like after one quote unquote main mission, I'm able to do one, but I'm still unable to access certain areas of realms because I don't have the ability to do it yet. So I'm still waiting on that. I mean, I just ran into a new play mechanic, which is pretty interesting. But other than
Can
that,
we?
I'm still missing stuff.
Well, it's been like
What's up?
more. It's been more than a week, hasn't it? Can we talk about it real quick? Well, let me.
Uh,
When did it drop? If it's been like more than a week, then I'll talk about it.
it's been wait, it dropped the first week of November. We're at the end of the month.
Yeah, it's with the ninth. Yeah, so fuck it. Let's just spoil it. You can play as Atreus in this fucking game. All right.
Oh, yeah, I've already got yeah.
Yeah, you get to play as Atreus in the fucking game. And when 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 I got to play as Atreus, I immediately was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is happening right now?" But also, I really don't want this kid to die. Like, I
Mm.
immediately changed my whole playstyle to like making sure that he fucking survived. I took like zero risks the first time I got the controls with Atreus. I was like, I just don't want this kid to fucking die.
He's definitely a little more squishy, but he is
what?
a god.
I'm playing on hard mode, so
Oh yeah, yeah, no.
yeah.
It's already punish. I'm playing on normal. It's still pretty punishing because I just want to play through it because I have all these other games I still got to go through. So I'm just like I would just want to beat it, maybe do a couple of side quests, and then get to the end of the story. Because like the beginning of the story had me hooked because I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why is this fight taking so long? This dude should be ended. And then I'm like, oh shit, I actually might die. And this is just the beginning of the game. It was all pretty crazy.
Yeah, the whole
So,
like Asgardian family is like it's the most dysfunctional fucking family ever. As the game progresses,
oh yeah,
you'll see what I'm talking about. But if you think that it's bad with just like with like
Thor and
Thor,
Odin.
yeah, Thor is way more fucked up than you think. So is Odin. Odin is a fucking asshole. He's a fucking asshole. God, I can't wait to fucking kill him. I hope I can fucking kill him. I really hope at the end of the game I get to fucking just like squish his eyeballs out of his fucking sockets. And then also like Heimdall. I've never wanted somebody to die more than Heimdall.
Damn,
From the second I met him, I wanted him to fucking die.
damn. Mm.
Have you met Heimdall yet in the game?
No, I have not. I've
Oh,
met Heimdall. I like I said, I've only met the the owl and Tyr.
oh, okay.
That's the only two that I've met.
Well, I mean,
Like,
and you met Thor and Odin. I mean,
yeah, a beast. Like I said, besides the two big bads,
yeah.
because it's literally the first two new people you meet
Oh yeah,
within the first 60 seconds of the game.
there's a bunch more. Like Heimdall's probably like the biggest asshole in the whole franchise.
Hmm.
Well, maybe not the whole franchise.
Well, I
Odin's
mean,
up there.
based on what Mimir keeps telling me, it sounds like Thor is a pretty big asshole. So
Thor's a Slaven, just like
he's,
he's a drunk, you know.
well, he wasn't drunk when he was whooping my ass. First,
You'll see. And then once you meet Heimdall, you'll be like, okay, I get it now. He's Heimdall's a dick.
yeah. So not there yet, and I know there's another character I haven't met either. I know what she looks like, but I haven't run into her yet. So there's just a bunch of stuff and meeting. I met the elves. There's the dark elves and the light elves and the whole story behind that. And I had to fuck some of them up. And they got in my way, and we tried to reason with them. I had to cut them in half. I'm like fuck y'all. So there's just been a lot of that so far. Just in crazy. I've been trying to take it kind of slow because I've been playing Modern Warfare. So I'm gonna talk about once we're done talking about God of War. But
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead. I'm gonna grab a drink and you can talk about
Oh my goodness, Modern Warfare 2. This is it's fucked up because Cronus is not gonna like this part. Is when you buy the disc version of the game, apparently you're buying a Blu-ray that has maybe 20 megs on it. Maybe
what?
20. So you're spending 20 megs, you're spending 80 80
70.
70 to 100 depending on which version you buy on about 20 megs just on the disc. The majority of the game is a download. So if you're playing on the past generation, you're looking at about 100 gig install. If you're playing on the PS5 or any of the Series XS, you're looking about 89 gigabyte mm, download, right? So that's when you install the game. You have to update the game as soon as you get it. Well, as soon as you update the game is about 50 gigs on the past generation and about 36 on the current gen.
I mean,
And
it's not surprising
then,
because they've been terrible with like their code. So
yeah. And then before Warzone dropped, there's another 40 some odd gig update. So if you're on the past generation, it's about 50 gigs. Current gen, it's about 39 to 40 gigs. So now you're roughly at about almost 200 gigs of just downloads and updates so far. And the game's barely been out since like what? I think the same week as God of War, I think. Maybe a week before. So it's a lot of space. Make sure if you haven't bought in the game, I'm pretty sure a lot of people already have. Make sure you have the real estate on your console to download and install and update the game. But it's a lot of crazy shit going on. It's just there's a lot of mechanics that I had to get used to. Like now it's easier to um max out your weapons. Like before you had to level up your weapons, you had to do a lot of shit per weapon. And now the game forces you to use other weapons in order to get the attachments you want for particular weapons. So for instance, let's say you're using an assault rifle, right? Using an assault rifle, you hit level 6 or 7, and then in order to get like this part that you want, like it's a scope or a hand grip, it'll tell you, oh, you need to use a battle rifle, level this to a certain level, and then you'll be able to unlock this for your assault rifle. Same thing with shotguns. It's like, oh, if you want, you know, this type of shot or this kind of grip for your shotgun, you need to use a submachine gun, very specific one, level it up to this level, and then you'll get this for your shotgun. So it forces you to use pretty much every single gun in order to get the upgrades that you want for your weapon. So it's a little weird. The good thing is that it doesn't take as long to level up your weapons. Like most of them kind of average out around 20 levels, which is way easier because like the previous Modern Warfare, you'd have to spend hours and doing all kinds of crazy shit just to level max out your weapons. So it's pretty crazy. Also, there's a bunch of new modes now. I mean, there's a co-op story mode, or not story. I guess it's a story, but it's more like a spec ops is what it's mostly like, and it's only 2 people. I don't know why they didn't do the 4 people like they did in the previous Modern Warfare, but um, there are huge fucking maps for 2 fucking people. It's littered with fucking enemies everywhere. Um, the new Warzone just dropped about a week ago. Yeah, it's been a week. A new mode surrounding the Warzone is the DMZ mode. It's in beta right now. It's basically like a mix of was it the Dark Zone from the Division, kind of. Excuse me. It's like the
Never got
Division.
around to finish the division.
Yeah, I finally.
That one
Part
glitch
two is.
that
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were saying you had some kind of issue with the first
yeah,
one, right?
yeah. I was like, fuck this game.
Yeah, the
The
second
that
one was much
bosses and
better.
stuff would disappear out of nowhere. It's like, what? Where the
Yeah,
fuck did they go?
the second Division is much better, and they're still updating the game. A bunch of games updating, a bunch of stuff updating. Um, so in the DMZ, it's kind of like their old plunder from Modern Warfare from 2018, the Division, and like a couple other modes. So basically, what it is, you drop in your 3-man team or a 3-person team. You need to loot what you can and try to extract. The thing is, when you extract, like other members can see, they can camp out the extraction, shoot you down, or not shoot you down. I don't know if you can shoot you down yet, but they can kill your team before you get on your extraction helicopter, loot your body, take all your shit, and you get nothing.
God
Other
damn.
times, if you extract, you come up with new weapons you can use for the mode. So the way the mode kind of works, if you die in the DMZ, whatever your weapons you brought, you will lose. So you will not be able to bring in, like, if you keep dying with all your stuff, you'll end up having to start the DMZ with no weapons at all. You'll have to go just fisticuffs and try to beat down an enemy. So the map is filled with NPCs, like high risk areas have NPCs. They will try to attack you if they see you. They have a pretty good sight range when they see you. They'll fire on sight. The ones that are heavily armored, if they go down, their team members will try to revive them and get them back up if
Damn.
you do not get them. So I'm like, what the hell? So it's like crazy. There's vehicles, there's buy stations, so you can find it. It's a store within the mode, so you can collect and loot stuff. You can sell the stuff that you looted. You can buy a light terrain vehicle with a machine gun on it. You can buy better weapons. You can buy armor, and there's areas of the map that are locked. So you need to get a key to get into those areas sometimes. There's also a radiation area where if you get in, you can get a high value weapon, high value targets. You can come out with a lot of loot, but the problem is one area has a juggernaut in it. So you got to kill the juggernaut if you want to survive or escape.
Those are never fun in the Call of Duty games.
Yeah, there's also another area that's littered with radiation. So you need a gas mask to get into the area. There'll be a ton of enemies there and a special enemy that's there. If you can find the special enemy, you kill him and take his weapon. You need to extract the weapon. You'll be able to keep it for multiplayer as well as DMZ. And
So
of
wait,
course, Warzone.
so all this takes place in DMZ, right?
All of this is just in the DMZ at the moment. It's
My
been
question
it's been
is,
pretty fun. Oh, go ahead.
does DMX show up?
Oh, DMX is dead. No, man.
He's this is where the hot rough riders roll.
Oh, he comes out as Mr. X and X gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Like, they have like stuff that, like if you extract with like high end gear and whatnot, you can get like you start with a backpack, a small backpack. You can upgrade your backpack to basically medium or large. You can put an insured weapon into your bigger backpack, so you can start with a good, like a weapon that you spec out yourself, scopes and mags and everything you want. And then if you die, you won't lose that weapon. It's insured, so you'll get it back. But that gun has a cooldown. It has a 2 hour cooldown. In order to get the cooldown to go down, you need to play more, extract more loot, and
Jesus
it'll
Christ.
bring the timer down. So it's a pretty interesting. But I mean, you can bring in your what they call contraband weapons. Just like don't die. You die, you lose that weapon. So it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty challenging. It's cool that it's got little secrets in it, especially with the secret, not secret character, but the high value target character. So the DMC's been pretty interesting. They've been adding some improvement to it because it was a little wonky when it first started, but it's been the mode I've been playing the most so far.
Yeah, but hearing good things about the game, especially in the chat. So eventually, I mean, I got guys to kill first. So
Yeah, DMZ's been a lot of fun. There's always something cool. What's cool also about the DMZ is that everything is never in the same place twice. The map will repopulate extractions as well as like high value stuff will always be different on the map every time you load it. So it's been pretty cool. There's like some interesting secrets you can like loot safes and stuff, and it's been crazy. It's been a crazy experience playing DMZ. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, Modern Warfare 2. I haven't even talked about the campaign as of yet, but
Are
a
there
lot of people
zombies?
don't play it. No, not yet. I mean, there could be zombies later. Who knows? But I've been having a good time with Modern Warfare. That's why I haven't really been on God of War because I've been squatted up with some squads trying to do our thing in the DMZ. So
you
it's
got
been
boy
pretty.
though. Boy's a squad.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, he took off in the middle of the night to go do some shit. So just saying.
I mean, just anger Boda. I mean, I'm just saying.
Dude, so while you guys were talking about God of War and Call of Duty, finished watching an episode of Chainsaw Man in the bar scene. Goddamn, it's fucked
Oh,
up. Like,
oh
Bro,
man.
I was fucking
and then,
traumatized. We can't
Yeah,
talk about
I,
it.
I kind of felt like I've been in that situation before, and it's kind of like, oh god damn
Oh
it.
hell no! Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah, but then
Oh,
also like this, yeah, the end credit scene. I'm like, oh, actually the end credit scene is a lot of throwback to like old school anime. Like I was
It
like, oh
is, but
shit.
also, throwbacks to, trauma.
Yeah,
for sure.
I was like, why they do that? Just to remind me.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
I
smart.
was kind of expecting something else, but I was like, oh shit, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fucked up. Ooh, yeah, it
Anyway,
changed one. I have no idea what to expect next week with change. Actually, I
Yeah,
don't know what to expect with any week with Chainsaw Man because it's just been all over the place. It's been pretty gory.
especially the last
so the
episode. Episode 7 was like, the beginning of it was like so fucking gory. I was like, bruh.
Hmm. Hmm. Guts
they
and
also
blood
did that.
everywhere.
They also took a page from Attack on Titans where it's like, oh, you think this is the main character? We're gonna kill him off. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? Like, it's
Yeah.
Mm, pretty
like, okay,
crazy.
the guy is missing an eye and he lost his left nut. Like, how is he like the same guy that's on the cover?
All
then
right,
then you learn.
we got to talk about this because we kind of alluded to it earlier in the podcast. I
Oh yeah.
did not include it in my RIPs, but the victims of the Club Q shooting in Colorado a few days ago, RIP to them because they did not deserve to be slaughtered in such a matter. Um, the the guy that did the shooting, I don't know his name, but fuck who he is. There's been a lot of controversy about his lineage and parentage and whatnot. Y'all have got the details on this. I don't know bits and pieces, but I'll chime in when I got one of this right.
Well, I mean, it's just another. I mean, I don't even know where
Another
to
day in America.
begin with like where we are in America right now. It's been normalized in America where just we expect these things to happen, and it's just like it's not even a surprise anymore. It's just mass shootings in general, and at this point, we're seeing more and more violence, towards the LGBTQ community, and it's becoming expected because we see certain people in certain media outlets and certain other forms of, I guess, entertainment of just really demonizing this whole group of people and like making them seem like they're subhuman. And I'm unfortunately I'm not surprised that this is happening. I don't want it to happen at all though. Like these are people that this is happening to, and they're people that were killed for literally no fucking reason, because somebody believed that they're grooming kids or some shit or some other whatever. I don't want to repeat like their sick bullshit, but they're just really misguided people. But they're killing people, and it's fucking. I'm disgusted with America at this point because this is another mass shooting from somebody that should have never had a gun, that was a legal gun owner, and we're gonna run out of excuses now with people that are saying that they're that oh, it's just ghost guns
Criminals
or
are.
fucking criminals or whatever. These are legal gun owners now that are killing people, that are innocent people that have not done shit to anybody. I mean, this is in a fucking club. Yeah, it's an LGBT club. Well, it doesn't fucking matter. There's still people that are there. They were harming literally nobody, and some fucking madman decided to come in there and kill 5 people and injure. I think it was like 18 more or something like that. And thank goodness that there was a I think it was an army veteran that stopped it with the aid of a drag queen that helped him, and another I think it was a young man who helped him after he first subdued him and kind of kicked his ass, rightfully
And dude looks
so.
fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and place to fuck somebody up really bad, and that's one of them. Like when somebody's taking lives. So, and what's amazing to me is like seeing some of the people on the right. I saw on Twitter somebody was asking why this guy that used to be in the army was at a drag queen show, and I'm like, you lost the point, man. Like you lost the point to humanity. It doesn't matter why the fuck he was there. The guy fucking saved lives. Like, and these are just I don't really give a shit about a drag queen show. Like, it's just for some people it's entertainment.
Yeah,
And they're not
one here in
hurting
San Francisco.
anybody. Yeah, it's not hurting anybody. Like they're not doing anything wrong. Nothing they're doing is wrong. And for somebody to question somebody's motives of just literally attending a drag queen show, like you lost your whole like claim on humanity. Like you lost the point, man. And there people are out there all the time. Like the the shooter's dad was on video today, and they said that his son killed a bunch of people at a gay bar, and he said, "Well, my son's not gay," and that was his whole concern, was that his son wasn't gay. He didn't give a shit about that he didn't kill that he killed people. He just cared that his son wasn't gay.
Yeah,
That's
his
where
son
we go ahead.
wasn't there to be there. Like he was more he was more what's the word? He was more thrilled that his son wasn't there to for the show that he was there to kill people, which was like what the fuck? Like his priorities were way the fuck wrong. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's America today. Is that people care more that they don't care as much that your son might have killed somebody, but at least they weren't gay. Like that. What the fuck? Like seriously, what the fuck? This is some people in our society today.
Hmm. And apparently, I mean, people have brought up, his lineage, like I was saying before, or which I was alluding to, that I guess his grandfather is a ultra mega politician, and he denies that January 6th happened. I was like, wait, what? And then apparently his dad is a porn star. So,
His dad looked like he might have had 4 brain cells,
I
and if
mean,
you put them together, he might have caught on fire. But that
I
guy
mean,
seemed like there was something really. I'm gonna judge. I don't give a fuck because the guy already said that he cared little of actual human life. So fuck that
mm,
guy. The guy looked like he was on fucking like meth or something when he was on when he's
right.
getting interviewed. Like his whole total disregard for human life aside, he looked fucking insane. And if that was
Hmm.
like, it's almost no surprise that somebody that had to grow up with that would end up like that. You know what I mean? It's just like Jesus
I
fucking
would
Christ. I wonder how many times he fucking beat that poor kid to not be gay.
I was
Oh,
gonna say I wonder
oh,
if
shit.
he turns out to be gay.
Dude, have y'all seen, was it American Beauty?
Oh yeah, like years ago.
Yeah, where like he didn't want the son to be gay. He beat his son's ass, and turns out that he was gay.
Oh yeah, he tries to kiss
Yeah, he tries to
Kevin
kiss
Spacey's
Kevin
character.
Spacey's character. Turns out that he was gay, but still, that was some wild shit. And then like the fact that he went to the club, like maybe he had frequented the club, like he probably
He was a
targeted it
regular.
because he probably felt shame of what he probably really was, because his son might really be gay. What's he gonna do then? Mm, So we'll see.
I don't
But
know.
it's just a tragic story coming out of Colorado. I mean, using fucking Colorado. I mean, I've been to the state. Everyone's pretty fucking chill there. I mean, it's cold as fuck,
Especially Colorado
but
Springs. I've been there a few times. And it's just like I had no idea that there was like literally only one LGBTQ like club in Colorado Springs. But it seemed like when I was there, it seemed pretty chill. I went to this. I
yeah.
went to this. I think it was the smallest bar in the world at the time. Was there in Colorado Springs. It was like
Oh,
it
Is
was
it
like
near?
3 or 4 seats.
Is it near
uh,
Radiator Spring?
No.
Like
there's a bar in
cars.
Louisiana that's that big. There's literally like 3 seats. The bar's hella small. It's on Bourbon Street, dude. It's at the end of Bourbon Street.
Huh. On the
So,
gay side.
no, other
Oh,
side.
okay. Other side.
Have
Y'all didn't know there's a gay side of Bourbon Street.
I did know. I found out pretty quickly, but I mean, it was still cool. I was
I,
there during Mardi Gras, and
if,
everyone's like, they're like, "Hey,
I
this is the LG." They said they at the time it was just LGBT or LG. I think it was just LGB. Was there a T? There might have been a T, but
Drunk Blue.
they were cool. And like it was cool because the Domino's Pizza was over there, so they had these little carts and go to them, pay $5 and get you a pizza. So
Dude,
Blue, what are you gonna
Drug
say?
Blue found the. Now I was gonna say the Drug Blue found the gay part of Bourbon Street.
mm,
And actually, they probably would have saved. They probably saved my life because there was like the story where I almost got tased by the tour
Yeah.
guide. Yeah, and I walked into a bar and like I went to the bathroom, came out, and I was looking at the TV screens and there was nothing but gay porn playing. I was like, yeah, I'm in a safe space. But yeah,
wow.
yeah, I seriously wouldn't be like looking at this guy. I wouldn't be surprised to find out that he's actually a closet gay person who hates himself and
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to take out of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean,
I
looking
would
at his
not.
dad and what his dad said, like, yeah, this guy probably is a closet person and just
It would not
hate
surprise
himself,
me.
hate other people.
Mm-hmm. I would not surprise me in the least if he was of that category. But apparently, the shooter was taken alive. So,
Yeah,
uh,
alive but beaten.
he got the
yeah,
shit kicked out of him.
damn.
It's like
The
Yeah.
picture I'm
watch
looking at, he's like slumped over to the side because
well watch
it
watch
was
the
fast.
video interview. It's hard to watch though with the actual hero. I forget the guy's name, but he was like I think he was an army major, and the guy that actually took him down. And like, it's funny because it's like one of the things that people don't think about, but I think about like when I had body armor on, is that when you're wearing body armor, like at least military issued body armor, is that there's like a handle on the back, and it's to like you're supposed to use it to like drag somebody out. But he saw the
Mm.
guy with that body armor on, and he grabbed him by that strap and just yanked him down, kicked his fucking gun away, and then started beating the shit out of him. And then he was like directing people like what to do. Like some kid, I guess was running up, and he told him to get the AR away from him. And then there was a drag queen in the show who's wearing high heels, and he said, "Just keep fucking kicking this dude." And
Yeah.
Goddamn.
with the high heels, and like was just stomping this dude, and he was just punching however he could. And then he was also directing people to like call 911. And one of the people that got shot and killed was the boyfriend of his daughter, and who was in the drag show. And he was so
So
fucking angry. He told the guy he was gonna fucking kill him because he killed his friends.
so
Mm.
the name of the army vet, his name is Richard M. Fierro. He served in the military for 15 years and was at the nightclub in Colorado Springs with his family when the gunman opened up fire.
Yeah, guy's a
He
hero.
said, "I just knew I had to take him down." Yeah, this guy's legit hero. I don't know. He looks like he's up there in age. I wonder how old he is.
Yeah, he's up there. And I think he's like a co-owner of a brewery because one of in my black beer groups, I'm pretty sure his
Oh,
wife is like a
you're
brewmaster.
you're you're a
Oh,
super
yeah.
beardy like IPA group that you didn't invite the rest of the squad to because apparently we're not good enough
I mean,
group.
bro,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't even at the time you didn't even drink
I'm
beer.
in it.
I
Yeah,
still don't
Blue's in
drink
it.
beer.
Yeah, you want to be?
Oh,
Yeah,
Blue's
I'm in
in it
there.
now.
Yeah,
He
man.
wasn't in it
I've been there for
before.
a while.
Yeah, you didn't drink for a long time, old ninja.
I still don't. I still don't drink.
What the
Yeah,
fuck you
so
want to be in the group for?
it says him and his wife ran a successful local brewery called Artruvita Beer Co. And he had a warm relationship with his daughter and her longtime boyfriend, but he also accepted that war would always be with him. Okay, that didn't make sense, but yeah. So the name of the brewery is
That
called
makes sense.
It does
At
make yeah.
Arivita
Makes sense.
Beer. Yeah,
Oh wait, with an R or an A?
it's let me spell it out. It's Atrevida.
Okay,
They
there
about
you
to
go.
make some money because I'm gonna invest
For
in
those of
this.
you, yeah, for those of you listening, yeah, I think if you have the means and you want to try their beer, just order their beer. That'll help them out. Help as they keep promoting. Oh, this Saturday is Small Business Saturday. So if you want to help
Oh
out
wait,
small business, there you
kind
go.
of interesting story is that the wife, her name is Jess Fierro, and she's Colorado's first female and Latin owner of a brewery,
Yeah.
and she won season 1 of Beerland on Vice, representing
Oh,
her brewery.
Vice
Kind of cool.
is Vice is hit or miss with me, but they do some pretty brutal documentaries. So yeah. So yeah, we had to go serious with that. We gotta kind of bring it back. We want to bring it back on a good note. Uh, we don't have Prodigy here to talk about his super ass film One Piece, but we can talk about some trailers really quick. Obviously, y'all must have seen the John Wick 4 trailer. I'm assuming y'all saw this.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Kay wants to watch it, so I'm like, all right, because I'm gonna watch it anyway. So it's like, if you're
I'm
there or
trying to think
not,
if I
like
watched it or
whatever.
not.
What's that?
Hmm.
I'm trying to think if I watched it or not. Yeah, because he gets his ass whooped in it, right?
So at the end of
In John Wick
3,
4?
no. In John Wick 4, that's the trailer. And the end of John Wick 3, he gets his ass whipped. I'm pretty sure. Was it 3 or yeah, it was 3.
Yeah,
After, after,
he loses a finger.
yeah, and he like falls off the building, right?
Oh,
Or was that
kind
2?
yeah, that's like in the middle. I
Yeah.
think that's in the middle, but still.
Oh, wow. I have
Um,
not seen his trailer.
so this one, like the only thing I kind of don't like think is gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna beat Donnie Yen because the beginning of that fight, at least it looks like the beginning of the fight scene. He's like doing some crazy martial arts shit. I'm just like, how is John Wick supposed to beat Donnie Yen without a fucking gun? Because they're not using guns; they're using two
Get a
blades.
gun? That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna get a gun.
Yeah.
Or grapple him. I mean, because he actually has a
That's
lot
about-
of really good judo and jujitsu. So
Hmm. So I mean, he's fighting some pretty heavy hitters. It looks like in this film. We got Lawrence Fishburne back, which is awesome. But there's a lot of killing, obviously, and it looks like we're seeing some of the heads of the what do they
the
call it? They don't
table.
call it the agents. No, they what do they call it?
Continental?
Yes, I think we're gonna see the people who was it the Continental or the
No,
agents?
Continental's just, I think Continental's just a
The hotel.
hotel.
The
Yeah.
table. I will say once again, was it called the table?
I don't remember.
Maybe.
They just said the heads of basically whatever kind of assassination they do. Looks like John Wick's got to challenge this guy if he wants his way out.
The high table, bitch. I was right. Fuck you.
You just said table. You did not say high table. You don't count.
Yeah.
You lose.
They call it.
It could be the little table or the kids' table or the fucking
Yeah.
midget table.
Yeah. Big difference, just like in Charlie in the Factory.
It's a council of 12 crime lords that govern the underworlds of the most powerful criminal organizations. I'm just saying that's
There
from
you
Wikipedia.
Okay. But it looks like we finally get to see them. So is this going to be the last John Wick film? Probably
Nah,
not.
it's making money.
I mean, well, that, but there's also apparently two spin-offs. One is the ballerina,
Oh, yeah, that's
which
right.
will have Angelica Houston reprising her role from John Wick 2. Oh, no, she's in 3. Her role from John Wick 3. And I guess there's another one coming too.
Well, I want
the Continental, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Continental about itself. But apparently that one's going to. I heard it was supposed to take place before John Wick, but apparently it looks like they're going to change that time era. So should be
I
interesting.
really was hoping
I'm
that they
all
would.
in. I'm all
I was
in.
really hoping that they would make one for Holly Berry's character because she was really good
Oh, she was
in
good.
John Wick 3. Like her and their dogs and stuff like that. Like she was badass. Like I would like to see her get a spinoff, which I was hoping that they would do when they announced that there was going to be a spinoff coming. I was like, oh shit, it's going to be Holly Berry. They were like the ballerina. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
remember ballerina. The ballerina was like the fucking Scarlet Witch program, not Scarlet Witch,
yeah,
the Black Widow
Black
program.
Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked a lot like that actually.
Yeah.
But I'm with it. I'm all in on this series. I've seen I think every single one in the theater.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm all about it. It's gonna be great. We won't see it until next year. Like
2023.
yeah, I think summer of next year. So I'm all
But-
about it.
I don't know if
Go
it's
ahead.
true or not, but I thought there was like announcement that they're filming for John Constantine 2,
Oh yeah,
and they're
he
bringing
got
back Keanu Reeves for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Just
I mean,
bring back all those movies.
yes, but no. Okay, because goddamn it, listen, Keanu Reeves, can you at least pretend you have a goddamn English accent in this movie, please?
Oh
Fucking
yeah, no,
please.
he's not gonna do it.
Yeah, Constantine is an English dude. It's
Mhm.
core to his. That's his thing. He's fucking super English. So please, just create an English accent. There's certain
Dude,
roles where you don't need to be like ethnic at all, but this is one of the ones you have to be ethnic about it, and you have to have the English accent.
Dude, I love Keanu Reeves. He's a great dude. I love his movies. But right now he's just riding in the nostalgia fucking wave.
He's playing
up
himself.
Head and Matrix and fucking John Wick 4 is coming out, and he's bringing back John Constantine. Like the man is coming back. Like he's like living another.
Oh, don't
Keanu,
forget Bill and Ted.
well, that was the first one I said. But
Oh, I missed the Bill and Ted.
yeah. But I mean, I love Keanu Reeves. He's a really cool dude. Like I wish I could meet him in person and shake his hand. Like, hey man, thanks for Bill and Ted and the Matrix. Because Mr. Anderson, it's always just a cool phrase to hear people say.
That's a great last name, right, Blue?
Yeah, it is. Mr. Anderson.
It's awesome. I mean, you could have met him when he was filming Matrix 4. He was in Alameda.
Yeah, that was the middle of the pandemic.
This is true. This is very true.
Actually,
So-
he had a whole like scene in one of my jiu-jitsu friends' office building when they filmed the
Oh,
movie.
right on.
Yeah.
He also
That
was
must-
in that one movie where he played himself. Like
Hmm.
it's the one it had like Ali Wong and the other guy, the guy who plays the FBI guy from Ant-Man and from WandaVision.
I know what you're talking about, but that's a romantic comedy movie.
Yeah, but I was based in San Francisco though. Like he was here in the Bay Area to film that.
Makes sense. Getting paid while in the Bay.
My Last and Only or some shit I think it was called on Netflix.
I
He
don't
was
know.
he was super funny in that.
I haven't seen it, but I knew.
I wonder-
I just knew he was in it, and it was
know-
a huge surprise until the film dropped.
I know you both you guys. I mean, I want to talk about this. I haven't watched the movie yet, but like, what was your take on Black Panther? Because both of you guys seen it, right? Black Panther 2.
I saw it twice.
I have. Oh, you
Oh,
seen
shit.
it twice?
I synced it twice.
Synced it? Yeah.
I so it's interesting. So the reason I watched it twice is because the first time we watched it, I got there right when the movie started, and there was a long line to get popcorn and stuff. And because I'm still crippled, I couldn't. I was on my crutches and I couldn't hold anything. So Kay got the concessions. So she missed the very beginning, but at the end of the movie, I missed the end credit scene because I'd used the bathroom really bad.
Oh,
And
damn.
One thing about being crippled is that once you feel like you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go like, you have to make sure you have to go like now, because
Mhm.
it takes a while to like. You saw me get up if you're watching the podcast. I had to like put on a fucking peg leg thing, like. Hold on. I have to put on this fucking without my crutches. I have to put this thing on my leg to get around. So it's not easy for me. I have to like strap this whole fucking thing on. If y'all listen to the podcast, look up I Walk 3.0. That's what I use to like get around if I'm not in a rush. Because I can move around a lot quicker on crutches, but I can't hold anything on crutches. So anyway, so yeah, I missed the end credits. So we decided to go back and watch it again a couple days ago, and so that's why I watched it twice. And so she got to watch the beginning. I got to watch after credits. So
There you go.
Give
Okay.
him that money. So yeah, what's your guys' take on the movie? Like, you liked it? You hated it?
I can go first.
Spoiling
liked
it,
the
I haven't
film.
seen it.
I liked the film, but for me, I felt like it was kind of sad, to be honest. Like the whole movie, even though it's an action adventure quote unquote movie, the overall tone of the film is just like kind of sad. Like they talk about, someone that's lost and like what do you do when someone was suffering in silence and they don't tell you about it until it's almost too late and then it's too far for you to save them, for anyone to save them. And what do you do when you lose someone that you're that close to? What do you do? What does a nation do when they lose their head of state so suddenly? And it pretty much the movie focuses on that, and it's kind of a lot of, even though there's like explosions and shit, there's still that tone of like we lost someone. How do we get back to where we were? And people notice that that they lost someone, both that's a monarch as well as a aristocrat and a politician. Now that they're vulnerable,
and the
now we
protector,
can
the actual protector
yeah,
of
oh,
the
the protector. But now they're vulnerable. Now we can exploit them. Now we can get what we want from them, and so they have to deal with that. Plus, how to move forward after taking a very devastating loss. So that kind of tone is like overlaid throughout the whole movie for me, which was kind of really sad. I mean, yeah, I get there's a lot of stuff that moves on. Yes, they move on with the story of Wakanda and the MCU as a whole, but we get a very interesting new character. He does a lot of things that because I was never a fan of him in the comics because he's an asshole in the comics. Let's be real. Namor's a fucking asshole in the comics. It's so it's still hard for me in this day and age to really accept him to be a anti-hero slash hero because I know he's part of the Illuminati. He's even a part of the Avengers at a time, but he's still a fucking asshole. So, but overall, going back to the film, I felt like it's kind of a just looming sadness over the film. What do you think, Ronis?
Yeah, it's the same way. Like, I'm actually glad that it did so well that it did in theaters. It made a whole shitload of money. In its first weekend, it sold more domestically than Black Adam did in its entirety,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's if you're a Black Panther fan, I think if you're just black in general, and you watch the first movie and you see this movie, knowing that Chadwick Boseman passed away, it's a lot. So there's going to be a lot of like pulling your heartstrings, tearjerker moments from the jump and throughout the whole movie, and it's emotional. I loved what they did with Namor. I love all the changes that they made. I know people are just so fucking angry that it's not about Atlantis anymore. We have so much rich history about Atlantis and all these other fucking European gods. But I don't give a fuck. Fuck all that shit. All right. The reason why I'm saying fuck all that shit is because you already have that. You have Aquaman. So shut the fuck up. Like if you don't understand why they did that, like if you had dropped Namor right now in in 2022, knowing that 2-3 years ago we already had Aquaman, like what's different? It's gonna be Aquaman with fucking wings on his
Wing
feet.
feet.
That's it. So like I have zero problems with them changing it. And anybody that says that, oh, it's an issue because of, the history, the most of the characters in the MCU have had changes from their core character.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them have. And nobody said a fucking thing. Where's all the outrage that Tony's not a drunk anymore? That was core to his character before the MCU. He wasn't a drunk asshole. That
Hank
was
Pym
core to his
was
character.
beating his wife.
Yeah, but nobody wants to
Yeah,
talk. Yeah, but nobody wants to talk
they,
about it.
they pick and choose as usual. Same thing with Baron Mordo. He's not black in the comics. Barely anybody. No one said shit.
Yeah, well,
Like
because
maybe
he's a lesser known
a handful,
character. Yeah, it's just
but he's still a very important character to the story of Doctor Strange.
but
So
they just want to pick and choose. And they also didn't. Nobody threw up their because I'm pretty sure in the comics, Noah's not a fucking mutant. So that really shows me like how many people are
wait,
actually like, reading the comics.
wait. Did you say he's not a mutant?
I don't think he's a mutant in the comics. At least I
He
didn't.
is. He's a mutant.
Is he? Fuck, I didn't remember. I
Yeah,
don't remember that shit
he's
at
a
all in the
mutant.
comics.
So the thing about him is that his people are blue, and he's in the comics. He's pink.
Really? I thought
Now
it was I thought it was a half breed. I thought it was like
he
part human and part Atlantean or some shit.
he's apparently now and current in the current run, or actually for the last like decade or more, he's supposed to be pink, and which means that he's a mutant. He apparently the reason why he has these powers and whatnot is because he's a Atlantean mutant. So,
Mm.
except in the film, he's brown, like Mexican brown, and everybody else is blue.
Okay, yeah, because they changed it so. Okay, so they changed it sort of not recently, but
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, but he's not pink in the comics, man.
he's not pink. Well,
No,
apparently he's supposed to be pink.
Well, compared to blue,
according
I
to
mean, not
who?
me.
You haven't seen the artwork? Namor being here.
I mean, I've read his comics since Secret Wars, the Hickman run. He wasn't picking that.
I thought wasn't Namor supposed to be Asian?
Well, it would have been okay if he was
Uh,
Asian because he has like sort of Asian features. But
Hmm.
yeah, sort of Asian features. Only because I don't want to say. Just put it in your mind what I was going to say. He doesn't have like he doesn't have Asian eyes, or he has Asian eyes, sort of, in the comics, but
but not really.
yeah, I think that most people just assume that he could pass as Asian if you would have put him in the movie as Asian. But anyway, let me just get
But
back to like the whole changing of his character. It's fucking fine. I love hearing about Talokan. I love that he was they changed his whole like name of like Cinnamore as being Namor, the boy with no love. I thought that was fucking awesome the way they did that. And his whole name of God damn it, Cuckoo what's his name? It's
yeah, it was
Cuckoo.
Kukui?
Nah, I'm not fucking
Klun.
it up. Somebody speaking Spanish right now is gonna be so fucking mad with me.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Cuckoo Khan.
So
Cuckoo Khan.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But what's his name? M'Baku. He says it the first time he gets it the first
He
time
says
he
it
says
right.
it. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? How did you get that just by hearing it? What the fuck?
But yeah, I think like the whole creating this whole new mythos with that character is great because we like the vast majority of all of these, you know, comic book characters and like gods, they're based upon European gods. So why can't we have, you know, non-European gods in there? Like nobody really gave a shit about. Well, I guess we didn't change Black Panther, but you know, Bast is an African god, so. Um, But yeah, I don't really give a shit. And you know, cry me a fucking river about that they changed. If you want to, you know, watch Atlantean stuff, go watch, you know, Aquaman. I guess, even though you know that guy's Samoan, but you know, whatever. Yeah, just people are just they get so mad about stupid shit. Anyway, the movie was fucking great. I love like the fact I love the cool shit about the Talokans, like their whole like compressed grenades, the compressed water grenades. It's like a really cool
Oh
effect. I
yeah,
love
those
like
were fucking cool.
yeah, that shit was cool. I loved how like durable they were, how good of fighters that they were. They were fucking badasses. I like how they. This is another thing where people didn't really complain as much as I thought they would. That they changed the second region of vibranium because there is another form of vibranium in the comics, but it's in
Savage
Antarctica.
Land.
Yeah,
The
which is
Savage
Savage
Land.
Land, but it's in Antarctica, and it is anti-metal, so it just goes through everything. It also goes through adamantium. So, but they changed that from the comics. Fine with me. I don't give a fuck. Thought it makes way more sense in the MCU to have two nations that are kind of underdogs come together that are really superpowers and to like see you know, America and like European nations try to take advantage of them in kind of shitty ways. So yeah,
Like they do.
yeah.
So all these pictures that I'm looking at in Namor, he looks white, but they claim that he has pink skin. I mean, I guess
Well,
here, let me. I can show you what I'm talking about. So apparently, even though he's supposed to look like a white person, apparently his skin is supposed to be pink, and that's
well, I
why
guess
he's
you can
different
say
than
that
because they're blue.
like people in Africa, when like a white person come, they think they look like a fucking ghost, like they're scared of them. So I mean, it kind of makes sense. If you're blue and all of a sudden there's like this pink fleshy color person being born, you're gonna say that they're pink.
But
So
they're
I
not
mean,
pink.
I can.
Why people aren't pink though?
What-
They're just pale. they're,
I'm
they
gonna
are palm colored people.
palm color. Oh,
Look at your palm. They're palm colored
yeah.
people.
No, I was like, I just repeated what you said. Didn't say nothing.
Can you get a suntan on your hand?
No, but you can get bruises though. I
No.
knew that shit since my fucking foot injury.
Yeah,
Mm.
you can get bruises, calluses. How the
I
fuck
had
do
no
I?
idea. I had like a giant bruise on the bottom of my foot and the top of my foot, but from my injury.
Oh, you never. I figured from
Jiu-jitsu?
your yeah, no, your yeah, jujitsu. You would get. You never got like the like a pus ball in like your foot or hand, like where it
My
like
hand, yeah, but
turned
those
into.
aren't bruises though. But only
It
my
never brewed. I've seen people go from it goes to a pus ball, and underneath you can see like it's black underneath, like
yeah. So
someone kind of like it's kind of gross, but I've seen it.
my foot, it was like literally there was no pus ball. There was just an injury, and then I didn't even know there was a bruise on the bottom of my foot until I went to an orthopedist. He was like, "Yeah, you can see it right here." And then I looked and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like you can. There was like a huge like black bruise because I saw the bruise and because Blue saw it, like the top of my foot was like
Yeah.
bruised the fuck up, but I had no idea that the bottom of your feet could be bruised.
So what's the
I
update on that? I mean, you kind of mentioned it. And you're still on crutches. Like, what's the update on your foot situation?
So it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty fucked. So I'm a month out, a little more than a month out. So I got an MRI last week, and I need a CT scan because basically they had a concern that I have a Liz Frank injury, which is like a pretty serious injury. So you have like basically you have tendons that kind of hold that are in between like your metatarsals, the bones in your feet. And there's a major one on the top of your foot that goes between like your big toe bone and the one next to it that are like way like into your like if I was see imagine this is your foot, it's in between like here, right? So this is where if it was between my thumb. Anyway, it would be over here. So I'm pointing between like my thumb and like my forefinger. There's a tendon that goes between those two, right? But on the bottom, there's two. It's like an X. And so a Liz Frank injury can happen on either the top or the bottom. And the bottom two are like the more hardy ones. And they thought when it first happened that it was the top one that got either detached or just broken. And so the only way you can get a Liz Frank injury is like literally if this is my foot, if it, like you go on your tippy toes and then something smashes the top of your foot at a certain angle. And that's literally the only way you can get this injury. And if you watch I might do a video on this because I have the video of my injury. If you watch the video, that's exactly what fucking happens. Is like when I jump off of the ATV, my toe hits the ground, and then in like a millisecond, the fucking ATV smashes my foot. And it's like as my toe is on the ground, my heel is still up. And so that's what they're thinking that's the injury is. And they didn't know my foot was broken until like the MRI. And even when I got my first x-rays, they were like, there's something wrong with your foot, but we don't know what it is. Because I've had so many foot injuries that I didn't know because I've kind of just sucked it up to like the Marine Corps and shit, which I have to go back through with the VA and kind of get it sorted out. Because I knew I had some injuries, but I can just deal with them. But this one I can't deal with because my foot's kind of fucked. So basically, they're thinking now they can see that there's I forget the name of it. It's like a osseous edema. So basically, I have a bunch of bone marrow that is swelling up into my bones in my foot. So
to cover the injury, your foot's starting to heal, right?
well, they're thinking that like my foot is broken, but they can't see like where. They're like my second to fourth metatarsals, and there's like a bunch of bone marrow is like swelling up in there, and so I have some swelling, but it's not like a bunch of like when I first got injured, like you see my foot was like a fucking baked potato. Right now it's not like that, but you can like if you feel my foot, you can see where it's swollen, but it's like fucking hard. And so I'm thinking that like there's a break somewhere in my foot, but you just can't see it on a CT. You can't see it on an MRI or a X-ray. And thinking that the Liz Frank ligaments on the bottom of my foot might be broken, but they can't see it on the MRI or the X-ray because my foot is swollen because of all the other shit. So that's why I need a CT scan to kind of see what's going on. I just need to know if they need to if I need surgery, I just need to get done like as soon as possible because I just need to get over this because I can't put a lot of weight on my foot right now. So I can put some weight on it to like get around a little bit, but I'm not supposed to. And so I'm keeping a boot on. I'm walking around in a fucking thing, and I'm trying not to put any weight on it. But obviously in the shower, I'm putting a little bit of weight on it, and like kind of getting around like from like the bed to like getting like my crutches or something like that. I put a little bit of weight on it, but yeah, it's pretty fucked. But I just I'm hoping to get some kind of surgery to fix it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So.
Damn.
Yeah, even Steve is in the he's in the chat and he said he didn't realize that the ATV landed on landed on my foot. He thought I left out of there. Yeah, I thought I did too. But if yeah, you can see it in the video. If I slow it down, you can see exactly where it hits my foot. Yeah.
And you let pretty fucking far. Like you got the shit out. You got the fuck out of Dodge when the ATV started to roll. But like the fact that it caught your foot, because considering it was rolling down and forward, and you jumped off of it, like the ATV came for you, man. It was like, I'm gonna get this dude.
It's got its pound of flesh, and
yeah.
And it honestly, it fucking sucks because I can't do a lot right now. I do. I ride a bike with like 1 foot every day, and then I hop in my sauna.
Oh,
So
oh,
I can't drive. I can. I can't walk. I have to use like the. If I want to get around quickly, I have to use my crutches, and if I want to get around just the house to like use both my hands, I have to use like this iWalk thing. I have to go. I'm going to Disneyland next week, and I don't
oh
know
shit!
how I'm getting around. So
You're gonna have
I
to.
got run
Oh,
around with little rascals.
yeah, it's gonna be
yeah.
annoying though.
But you might get
'Cause that-
priority boarding on the
Oh,
for the trains and stuff.
you will
We
definitely get
we
priority
already
roll.
paid for like the fast pass thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, so
Oh shit!
still,
If
what are you gonna say?
we, no, because the Sweetness's birthday is coming up, and she wanted to go to Disneyland for her birthday. I was gonna say like, oh man, that shit probably would have timed up perfectly, but no, her birthday is like 2 weeks from now,
Oh, yeah.
more like 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
You got to go during the week because it was like supposed to be during like a lull. So we're actually staying in the hotel in Disneyland.
Hmm. The Disneyland Resort or whatever they call
One
it,
of them.
or
There's
Disneyland
like three of
Hotel.
them, but yeah.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, only three? I figured there's a lot more because Disneyland owns a lot of property.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, they do, but there's only certain ones that are like on the actual property, like the actual hotel on the property. So we should have a lot of fun with Riley.
Yeah.
interesting.
So
Damn,
Even though the
that's
hotels are super overpriced, there are some cool benefits. Like I think with hotel guests, you get in like an hour or two early, like before even rope drop.
hmm
But then also you get to stay later too. So like when everybody's leaving, you kind of get the park to yourself.
yeah, that's what we're hoping on. And also we're getting like I think we're doing breakfast every day with her for the 3 days that
Oh,
we're
the
there.
cast. Oh,
Huh?
that's cool.
Or
Are you doing with with like Mickey and Minnie or like the cast of?
I think maybe on our birthday we're doing with the cast, but I know that we're paying extra to like
Oh
get.
shit, that's right. Her birthday's coming up
Yeah,
or
it's next week.
coming.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's just real quick. Um, if you go back, what 5 years ago, um, today was the day that we got the call 5 years ago that there was somebody in Texas that wanted to match with us,
oh shit.
and Ryder was supposed to be born, I think, that Thursday, like the next Thursday or something like that. And
Mm.
so, like, we literally had like just a few days' notice before Riley was born.
And this is so it was before Thanksgiving or was it like
The day before
Is
Thanksgiving.
that
It was literally the day
okay.
before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I remember you're like, hey, we gotta go. I'm all go. Where y'all going? It's
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
we had to keep it secret because we didn't know if it was because we had gotten
Yeah, I know.
we had gotten matched twice before, and then we got unmatched, which is like fucking devastating. But this one, this obviously worked out. But yeah, the day that we met Riley's birth mother was the day that she was born. Like we met her literally when she was in labor. It
Wow,
was fucking crazy.
that's wild. Yeah, I just saw some stuff anniversary today too, because I was in Cancun 2 years ago today. So I was just like, oh shit, totally forgot. And it was hot as fuck when we were there. It was like 89 like every day.
Well, it's the equator, right? So
I think it's far,
near the
way
equator.
far. Cancun?
Cancun is
Mm,
pretty near the equator. It's way closer than here.
yeah, it's way closer than there, obviously, but I don't know how close it is to the equator. I feel like it's a little farther, a lot farther north. Figured
Mm.
Argentina.
That's way
Was
south
the-
of the equator.
Mm. Oh, and it was hurricane season, so there was a hurricane that hit. I think Florida at
Oh,
the time.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you're right. It's more
It's
than a
like
thousand
it's
miles
nowhere near
away.
the equator.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was about to say, I'm. That seems a little high.
Actually,
but it's
Cancun's about this at the same.
Argentina is way further.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say that's why I'm like, I feel like equator close to Argentina and Chile, but
No, Argentina is way further than from the equator than that's like
oh,
that's South America,
hmm.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's what is it? The east side of the South American continent. So,
It's very interesting how
Not
most
the
of
east
the
side, it's
land
like the
mass.
south. It's like the bottom of South America.
oh, see, very bad at geography. Extremely bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's very interesting how most of, well, you don't think about Antarctica, but most of the land mass is not above the equator, but north of the equator. Because like most of the continents are up there, but
Yeah.
then you look at Alaska, that's like a lot of landmass.
It's
Mhm.
also weird how they show Greenland as like being this huge. The maps in general that we have, they need to have like accurate
Yeah.
maps. I have no idea why they're fucking bullshit maps. Because Greenland is not that big, Africa is not that fucking small. Like this is it's ridiculous. Even look on Google Maps, like it's
Yeah.
not accurate like at all.
Oh,
Like if you look at Google Maps, like South America is barely smaller than Africa,
Mhm.
but Africa is way bigger than that. And then
Yeah.
Greenland, like it's not that big.
I mean, damn, the largest country is Brazil. Brazil takes a whole shit ton of the South American continent. Oh, Venezuela's smaller than I remember, but never been there. But yeah. Oh, Bolivia.
I guess
Anyway,
if you really want to see what the world looks like, you have to go into space,
True.
and you can take Elon Musk to SpaceX to get there. No,
You know what? You can go
fucking full circle.
take pictures. Take pictures while you're there.
Show the
I don't
flat
know.
earthers that there's no God on the other side.
There's no
All
what?
right,
No, it's the
no,
edge.
there's no space daddy on the other side.
no space daddy.
Yeah.
But
All right,
people been calling it. All right, you gonna wrap
we're
this
gonna.
one up.
I think we.
Wrap it up. Put it in the
Yeah,
bowl.
I need to edit this still. So
All right. So, Blue, what you doing this Thanksgiving holiday? What else you got going on? What you doing this weekend?
Oh yeah, man, little Sebi, little Bash, man, this kid that's growing and growing and growing and growing. It's really interesting to see him like develop because like he went from like not being open the doors to he can open doors. So he had to get like those little door locks so he can't turn it
Oh,
unless you like can stick your finger a certain way. Because he was getting out of his room in the middle of
oh
the night.
shit!
Yeah,
Oh, you can hear. You're like, why do I hear feet in the hallway? Oh shit!
yeah, right. How come I hear somebody crying in the hallway? Like what the hell? Um, but I just he's just it's just crazy. I talked about earlier. We went to Hawaii, for my boy Steve's wedding, and he was sick the whole. Sebastian was sick the whole time, and it kind of sucked because he was sick. When we went to Tahoe too for our anniversary. So like he wasn't in the best mood and stuff like that. And he wouldn't eat, and the trip it wasn't as successful as I was hoping it would be. But you know, then again, we went to Hawaii. We got to go to the beach and had some good food, good drinks. But yeah, your boy Drunk Blue showed up. Super Drunk Blue showed up in full of fucking effect, and fucking my homeboy Ben summoned him. Like
he did a
this
fucking
motherfucker.
seance and shit.
Yeah, he
Frankie
fucking
40.
summoned me. He's like, "Oh, hey, Blue Man, I'm already gonna drink 4." I'm like, "Shit, all right, I guess I gotta play fucking catch up." But I recorded on my phone. Actually, I had been drinking before because like for the wedding part, we were taking shots of Angel's Envy, not Angel's Envy, Four Roses bourbon, and yeah, so there's this trend on TikTok where like you take a video like, oh, this is such and such. This is my first drink of the night. So
they degrade the whole night.
they degrade as you go through. So I got up to like the video 4 was me just fucking drunk as hell. Like, I don't even remember what number drink I was on, but no, bro, it was a fun experience. I got to see some other videos of me being drunk, stuff I don't remember. There was a lot of puking on the patio and falling asleep on the
Oh
deck for myself.
shit! You were that drunk.
Yeah, I was drunk.
So what did
Yeah, he said super drunk blue.
what did the
Yeah,
wife
man.
think of that night?
Oh, she
man.
was not. She was not happy.
Oh
As long,
man.
as long as she came out to make sure I was still alive. Cause like
She kicked you. Fuck you, Blue.
yeah, like
Oh damn!
he can hear it with the kid. But no, overall it was a lot of fun. I had a good time. You know how like when you go to a wedding and like if you're part of the wedding, like the groomsmen, they walk down the aisle with like the bridesmaids, right? And I met my bridesmaid literally like I don't know, like 15 minutes before the wedding.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I know her name. I know like what we were supposed to do. And so I had like doing a rehearsal. There was like a little. I had a stand-in, which was my son. Like it's just there's more to the story. There's a lot going on, but like overall, it was a fun time. Um. Anyways, for Thanksgiving, like just family. We just the sweetness Bash and I were just gonna have dinner here. We're not gonna have a turkey this year just because like there's not anybody around to have a turkey. Like I have a turkey with, so we're doing a tofurkin, tofuckin.
Oh,
What's that called?
turducken? Doing
Turducken.
turducken?
Yeah, we're gonna try that out this
Vegetable
year.
bullshit. That's what you can call it.
Yeah.
Call it what it is. Vegetable bullshit.
Well, previous years I would usually get like a fucking like a prime steak from like a good butcher and cook that
That
up
sounds
and like make like
good.
cauliflower steak for the sweetness. But yeah, we're just trying something different this year. But I'm looking forward to it. I had after this podcast, I need to start working on some sweet potato pies. Unfortunately, I'm only gonna making two because I haven't got any requests for any other ones because
I mean, I'm
Cronus
not-
is down at SoCal and Prodigy's down at SoCal. I guess
Yeah.
Otage is here, but I know.
Yeah, I requested one like a month ago. The fuck?
Oh shit! Well, I don't have anything to make
Yeah,
more than
you don't have
two.
enough product. That's fine. That's fine,
Shit,
Blue.
guess
I know
what
where
you-
I know
Hey,
where
old
you
Ninja,
live.
guess what you get for the holidays? Disappointment.
Oh, again? God damn.
You're getting what Dingy got.
Oh, damn.
Oh
His
man.
hopes were up and they were not.
I
They were
don't.
down.
Hold on. What he got, I definitely don't want because that was terrible.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We can't even
Oh,
talk about what it
man.
was until next week. But yeah, it was
Yeah, what he got,
Oh,
I
man.
definitely don't want. That's some prodigy shit right there. He be
Yeah.
all about that. Mm-mm.
All on the carpet.
No.
This is
That's it for me
actually,
though.
I gotta say, this is actually one of the first anime episodes that I was glad that they used Mosaic with.
Yeah, you know what? I was surprised that they actually did that. I was like,
I
wait,
was
they're
glad
blurring
they
this out.
did. They used Mosaic, and I was like, you know what? I approve. This is already traumatic
Yeah.
enough. If y'all don't know what Mosaic is, it's basically when they digitally like it's Mosaic. Like, is there another word for it? What do they call it?
Pixelated or
Pixelated. Yeah.
censor?
Censor? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, they censored and pixelated part of the episode, but it's okay. I
It's
can
definitely
understand.
okay. In fact, I'm so glad that they did.
Yeah,
Mm,
I might have.
mm,
I might have thrown up.
Mm. It would have been real bad.
I am
Oh.
Googling Chainsaw Man uncensored. I
Oh.
want to see what really happened.
Hey, make
Oh,
sure you
man. That was so-
send that link to Prodigy. Send it to Prodigy. He'll be all about it. Damn. Cronus, what you got going on this holiday weekend? What you? I know you already talked about it a little bit, but
Yeah,
What other-
I'm going to Prodigy's tomorrow, so I'm gonna
Hmm.
go see a bunch of the family. My brother's gonna be there. My sister's gonna be there. Obviously, Prodigy's gonna be there. It's his fucking house. I'm-
it's just funny the way you said it. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna get to see a bunch of people. That should be cool. It's not cool that I'm gonna be fucking crippled walking around, but I got a CT scan next week on Thursday. And hopefully I get some answers soon. Hopefully surgery soon, because I think surgery is the only way out of this. Because my foot is it's fucked. So I say to get surgery, fix it, or just fucking chop it off. Give me a new one. I don't give a fuck at this point.
oh, damn! I'm
Um,
trying to be.
Well, I just-
yeah, man.
Thanks for the chainsaw, man.
Does
Good
yeah.
chainsaw.
Hold on.
Give me
Does
a
it
chainsaw
hurt?
foot.
Does it hurt that bad? Or it's just uncomfortable.
It's not that it's
Uncomfortable.
pain. It's I can't walk on it.
Mm.
Like I can't walk on my foot. Like I can walk on it a little bit, but it's like super gimpy.
Mm.
You know, like, and when I walk on it, sometimes if I try to like put weight on certain areas, I can feel the bones of my feet move around.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that
it's not-
sounds like pain.
Well, it's not that painful. It's just fucking. It feels really fucking weird, and there's no stability there. Like there's no stability. So I can't
Mm.
walk, or I can barely put a shoe on that foot.
Oh yeah,
Um,
are you wearing like multiple socks?
No, usually I walk around with like either for a long time, even a sock would just like cut off my fat foot circulation. But now I can put on a sock and be okay. But usually I walk around with no sock on with the thing, and like right now, do I have a sock on right now? I don't think I do. Oh, I do.
You don't have you don't have house shoes? even like or slides, as they say.
No, I have flip flops, but I don't put flip flop on my fucking gimpy ass foot because why? But because I use that, the thing that I showed you, this fucking this thing, like
Mm.
my thigh goes into like here, and so my
Yeah,
foot goes out
I've
this
seen
way.
them.
So like my foot never
Yeah,
hits the
I've seen
ground.
them quite a bit. And
Yeah.
you're not wearing a boot, right? I didn't see the
Well,
foot, but you're not wearing.
I'm wearing a boot right now
Okay.
Boot to the head.
because I when I take this off, and then I put the boot on.
Mm.
But and then if it's not the boot, then I'll
Boot to the
put
head.
on like a ice thing for my foot.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. I just want to get it fixed as soon as possible, and I feel like a month. I could have gotten a fucking surgery a while ago. I would have hoped, but no, they want to make sure. Like what? As I understand their point, like they need to see exactly what the fucking injury
Yeah,
is.
because like if you have to have multiple surgeries in the same area, that could fuck up your foot even more.
Well, and if it's Liz Frank, then it will be 100% two surgeries because I have to get
Yeah.
one to like
Okay.
put a bunch of hardware on my foot, and then another one to pull it out. But I just want to get it done as soon as possible because I think when I have to sit down when I talk to my orthopedist again, I'm like, hey man, I'm a fucking athlete. Like I understand that I'm old, but I'm an actual athlete, and I work out every day, and this shit is like really like impending. I'm not some fucking
Mental health.
yeah, it's mental health, but it's also like I'm not some person that's just like super. How do you say it? I'm not
You're
sedentary.
not a sedentary.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sedentary. So I need to understand that like next time I see him, it's just like hey, like I actually get around and use my fucking legs every goddamn day.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate to break it to you though, but when you go to Disneyland, you may have to use a wheelchair.
yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I'm okay with
Oh,
using a
what you
wheelchair.
get a rascal, dude.
Yeah,
just
no,
bow around.
I'll do that. It's fine. Even when I did
Once you're at the airport.
when I did Halloween, with
Oh, okay.
Prodigy,
Yeah.
like I went around with crutches up and down hills, and it was fine. And then like a day or so later, like I saw like my underarm was like bloody. I was like, oh fuck, maybe I shouldn't do that. So you know, it,
Oh man.
yeah,
So
I'll figure it out. Other than that, life will be fine. I'll fucking survive. You know, um, I'll get through this foot injury. It'll be okay. If I get a fucking cyber foot, it'll be fine.
As long as it's not by Elon Musk.
Yeah, I don't want anything from him. Also, this
Cyber
is
truck
kind of
foot.
interesting. So, actually, no, I'll talk about it kind of offline. It's because
that's fine.
it's not about me directly. But yeah,
All right.
other than
Okay.
that, I'll be fine. I'm looking forward to going to Disneyland with my daughter. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the end of the year. I'm looking forward to my fucking foot getting fixed. That's all I got.
All right. As for me, I actually have to work on Thanksgiving. I'm actually working this whole fucking weekend.
Get that money.
Um, I might, this is a big might. I might upgrade to the current gen Elitist console era this weekend, but we'll see how things
Hey,
work
shit,
out
Black Friday.
and time. Yeah, because Black Friday is literally it's on Friday.
Cyber Monday.
Um, Prodigy and I we've been talking about Andor's when he comes back. Be ready for some heavy Star Wars talk when he comes in. Wednesday started today, which is Wednesday. The show on Netflix, which I'm gonna try to
Oh yeah, I'm
get.
sitting here.
Yeah, I haven't seen an episode yet. It's only 8 episodes. I might watch like one or two or something this weekend. I'm gonna have to cut. I had like huge plans to see family in Sacramento, so now I have to cut it short. I'm gonna go visit my cousin in San Jose. I'm gonna have enough time to show up, probably eat a plate, and pack something to go, and then take off. But I'm looking to have some kind of good eats on Turkey Day tomorrow, and then gonna be. I need to be killing gods, so I'm gonna try to do that maybe on Monday. Try to kill some gods and find out what's going on in during Ragnarok. Um we didn't talk about it, but or briefly, I think we did maybe. But Battlefield 2049 is on Game Pass. I might try that next week, even though I already own the game. I have not updated it in like a full on year. So I might try to update the game and try to play because there's definitely going to be more players this week. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I will try to break into Blue's house and get me a sweet potato pie. And then that's probably about it. That is about
Come
it.
on over, man. I'll try to make you one.
Well, I will see if you don't have the material. I'm not
I
gonna
have
like,
the
"Ooh."
if
If you have an extra one, if you have enough, that's fine. If you don't, I'm not gonna cry. Maybe a little bit, but not a lot. Just saying.
all right.
All
All
right,
right, and with that,
all right. So you just experienced Black and Black times infinity. Have a good Turkey Day if you live in the
Infinity.
states or if you celebrate it somewhere else that's not in the U.S.
If you're in Canada, you
I think
celebrate in
Canada
August.
does too. Yeah, yeah, sure. No, yes, no, whatever. Check us out.
October?
Ethan BTI, anywhere you listen to podcasts, BTHANBTI. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, our official website, benheadproductions.com /BTHBTI. There you go.